Today, you're just going to have to picture me talking to you all without my camera. It's just how it's going to go today. But hello, lovely to have you all back. Or if you are new and just joining us for the first time, this show is all about glitches. We are here to see glitches, what they're like, how they work, how they were found, what's happening. You know, we get to see a lot of runs happening at main stage GDQs all the time with all these glitches in them. And I feel like we don't get enough time to really hear them broken down and really talked about. So this is the show where you get to hear all that happening. So we have the awesome Kronos. Kronos returns on stream today with us. As you can see, kind of doing a little practice here. Going to show off Skyrim for us. It's going to be super fun. We'll be going through the actual any percent run, I believe, with kind of a glitch breakdown of that. And then a big old showcase after, which should be super fun. So how are you doing, Kronos?
Yeah.
What's up?
Hello, I'm Kronos. I stream a lot of Skyrim and Halo speedruns. I do a lot of speedruns of all sorts of games. And I really enjoy Skyrim. It was the first game that I picked up, and I did run it at GDQ way back then in 2018, I think. Wow, it's been a long time. But yeah.
It feels like so long ago.
Skyrim has been definitely a major part for my speedrunning career. First game I ever speedran, so.
Yeah, how long have you been speedrunning it then?
I think I started speedrunning around 5 years ago, almost. Okay. Yeah, it's been quite a while.
Nice.
And
what drew you into it?
I believe it was another GDQ run. Wall of Spain was the runner that definitely inspired me, and then I just ended up like joining the Discord for Skyrim speedrunning, and yeah, things went on from there. I remember watching all the Skyrim speedruns as well from like Wymorn and Dr. T Chops and everyone. It's been amazing.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And now here we are, and you get to kind of show off all of these awesome glitches and a lot of how this works, and maybe live, share a bit of their legacy, whatever that was found by people in the community, things like that. Awesome. So, I'm happy to get into it if you are.
Yep.
You ready? Already, well, feel free to provide a countdown and then start us off on the run. Tell us what's happening and start breaking down our glitches for us.
Okay. So I guess we could start now. Yeah. So the very first thing we do is infinite sprint glitch from the very start. You'll see this a lot in Skyrim speedruns. So generally you sprint, you have the sprint bar, you can see the sprint go down, and when you're sprinting you can't like jump or do side like weird movements of sorts. But if you do a quick save and then release sprint and quick load at the same time, you have the infinite sprint. So you're stuck in the sprint animation, and you can just jump in sprint, and you move basically sprint speed the entire time.
That's awesome. Yeah. So away.
So you'll see that used a lot in Skyrim speedruns. And right there, we just jump around the Alduin swing. You can do that without infinite sprint. I believe all speedruns do that. So
does that just randomly have collision, and you just found that was a thing?
Yeah, so all objects in this game have collision, and that actually plays a big role in a lot of glitches, like clipping into objects to go through walls and stuff. But yeah, you can even jump to the side of the castle wall there to just walk around it.
Awesome.
And then here it's just parkouring, just jumping around. And now we come to the second glitch of the run, which is load warping. So I made a quick save right there, just to get back to the point faster. But right here, we're going to set up a load warp.
So like how far through the game are you right now? Like what have we just gone from and then to?
Not much. You generally skip a walking section. So walking all the way around like 30-40 seconds or something. So I guess it saves about that much time.
Okay.
And then right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a save right at this cave exit. So I'm lining myself up with the ground here. and creating a hard save file, which is using the save menu to create a save. And as you can see, I have it right there. And then you would load back to your quick save. So I made my quick save on top here, so I can just drop into this section.
Wait, what did it just do?
Yeah, so that's the entrance to one of the two factions that you generally choose, which is the Stormcloaks or Imperials. And then here we just get our bindings off by waiting for him to finish his dialogue.
So did you fall into like a totally different area, or
No,
was it through like the door below where you were standing?
It's just this door, so it kind of
Okay.
warps you in. It's part of the gameplay, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So normally once you get your bindings off, this is the only reason why we come here is because we need to get our hands unbound. So now that my hands are unbound because I talked to him and got past all his dialogue and stuff. Now this is when the load warp comes in. So I made a hard save right here, and we're going to go back to the previous save that we made at the cave exit. And what we're going to do is teleport the save from this save file to this other save file. And how we do that is we enter into this cave at the same time we open the menu. And the menu, which will appear invisible, I'm going to be going to scroll down and quitting to the main menu. So if I do this correctly, I'm going to move forwards and hit escape at the right time.
There's just like a trigger, like, is that like right before the
Yeah,
loading?
it's right before the load trigger.
Okay.
So right there, you can see the menu disappeared, but right now I am in the save menu.
There's
Yeah,
nothing.
so it's an entirely black screen. And I'm going to be menuing invisibly to the quit button and then clicking menu, if I can remember correctly. There we go.
Okay. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
there we
so
go.
now we're in the menu, and we're just going to load the save file that we made in Helgen Keep, which is the place where we got our hands unbound. And now we are at the cave exit right here, and we can just walk out.
So this helps us skip the whole cave.
So it skips this entire cave section, which generally takes about a couple minutes of just running through enemies. Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask.
And that basically skips the entire tutorial section of the game.
Okay, that's awesome.
So now we're just fast traveling to Helgen, which is
we don't need
right
to
here.
know how to play normally anyway.
Yeah. And we're just going to do infinite sprint glitch again and just run up this hill. And now I guess is a good time to talk about horse tilting, because horse tilting is probably one of the most complicated mechanics to understand. It is very, very tough, but similar to load warping, between saves, some things are saved. So right here, I'm just taking this iron arrow for a glitch later.
Okay.
But we're going to be making our way up this hill.
Do you even like have to get weapons in this speedrun?
Yes, you do. We do a glitch for those weapons as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course you do.
So we're making our way up to the top of this hill, and we're going to wait for an hour as we run back, and that causes a horse to spawn behind us. And how this happens is, I don't remember who discovered it, but it's found that at certain time intervals, things spawn and don't spawn. And what's important is we're making a quick save right here. And we're in third person right now. So being in first person and in third person changes the game quite a lot in terms of physics. So we're going to be quick saving right here, running back down, and hopefully the horse will spawn. Oh, that didn't work. I need to go a little bit further.
Oh, because you can go back to that quick save.
Yeah.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah. Knowing save mechanics is important.
What?
So now we...
So what is the waiting? That just helps with the spawning point?
I believe the waiting is just to get this horse to spawn in. Because in-game events are just done like at certain intervals. I'm not entirely sure about that, but
Live this
yeah.
time.
So we punch the horse and that causes the hunter to get angry at us, so we just get on top of the horse that we just stole from them. And we're going to make our way onto this rock right here. And we're going to make a save while we park our horse on top of the rock. And we're going to use the quick save that we made in third person at the top of the hill. And we're going to be loading into that, and we're going to be flying very, very fast and all the way to Dawnstar. And this is where it gets complicated. So horse tilting makes us go very fast, because what happens is when we're dismounting the horse at an angle, we're going to be flying off in a direction. And while you're flying off, you're building up speed, and that speed gets transferred in between save files, and that only works when you're in third person. Not sure why that happens, but it just does.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to be walking off the edge. You can see the horse get tilted down, which is why we call it a horse tilt. And when
Right.
we...
It's just, so does it looks like you're basically perpendicular to the ground at that point. Is that where you want to be?
Yeah, that's what you want. And you don't want to stay there too long. Otherwise, there's a couple of weird things that can happen. So this is why it's also a pretty tough glitch. So if you mess it up, there's a high chance you can crash the game. So that's why like a lot of speedrunners get very scared by this glitch, but it's something that just takes time to practice, and it is a lot of fun to mess around with. In fact, like if anyone at home wants to try it out, all these glitches are actually easy to do, but they're hard to like control to perfection. That's what I would say.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, I hear this game crashes fairly easily, and I assume like with all of these glitches, everyone. So just be prepared that might happen at some point.
So make a lot of saves, definitely. So So we're going to get off the horse at an angle. You can see us start flying off. And we need to make sure that we time our pause menu perfectly. Because what happens is the farther away you are from the horse, the more speed you get. And if you get too much speed, that's bad. If you get too little speed, you're not going to go where you want to go. So...
Did you go in the right direction?
Yeah. So what's going to happen is when I load my save, I have to press backwards in order to be able to move again. I think I got too much speed right there, though, unfortunately. So I just warped all the way back here. So... Oh yeah, this is a fun glitch that normally it's not used in speedruns anymore. It used to be part of the run. So, yeah, just aside, if you are out of the map, like I am right now, so I am completely out of the map. If I... What do I do? If I quick save and quick
can't tell,
load,
looks nice.
You teleport to Riverwood.
Oh,
so now you are at
so
the
how much
end.
farther along is this? Or is this behind you?
So this is not where I'm supposed to be, but I just wanted to show it off. Also, I might have overwritten a save that I wanted, so we're going to have to get the save back.
All good.
Yeah. So don't mind me. I'm going to use this horse tilt save again. Oh, I'm in the rock. That is not not intended. Yeah, this game has a lot of glitches. Okay, so we're just going to make the save again and then do the same thing over. And this time go the right direction. So we're going to load the horse tilt. That's a much more controllable speed. So now you have to mash back and forth. So S and W on the keyboard in order to go the direction you want to go. You cannot go side to side with A and D. So you have to control it with your mouse, which direction you want to go. And for pressing S and W, you're going to move back and forward at a very high speed. So I'm going to be trying to land on the water because if you land on the land, you're going to die of fall damage. So you have to be very careful. But there's one other thing about the water. When you do land on it, your controls are reversed. So when you press backwards, you move forwards, and forwards, you move backwards. So
do you know why that is?
I actually don't know why that is. It's just a very weird buggy mechanic in the game.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to go to Dawn Star, which I think is right here. Here we go. And now we are at Dawn Star, where we want to be. And yeah, that is the fastest way of traveling in the game. So
where did we just come from?
We came from all the way here, I believe, and we just flew all the way to Dawn Star.
That's like halfway across the map.
It is definitely the fastest mode of transportation. Who needs carriages?
So how much time did we just skip compared to like a casual playthrough?
So for a casual playthrough, you normally would go to Riverwood and then to Whiterun. So we're actually skipping I believe we're skipping half the quest line right now because we're going to do a set of glitches at this part as well. So it's going to definitely skip quite a portion of the run.
That's awesome.
So now that we're here, we're going to do another glitch. So we're going to first talk to this guy, Rustleaf. He's, I believe he's, what is it called? He sells you stuff. He's a vendor. Yeah. So
we have E's in the chat?
So E. Okay. So for the iron arrow that I picked up earlier, so I'm going to be doing a glitch called vendor glitch. So if you have an item in your inventory, you can sell it to the vendor, and then you steal all his gold by doing it. So this is a very easy glitch to do. You just click your name, hold and drag with your click to their inventory and press E. So now I am in their inventory, but you can see I'm selling their own inventory. So now I can just click whatever, and I'm just taking all his gold.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
Yeah. So now that I have all his gold, there's another glitch which you can do. So
all you needed to do was click and hold and press E, and that's it.
That's all you need to do.
Amazing.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's another glitch. We don't really need this anymore, but before you needed to get more gold than what I already have. So if you want to reset their inventory, create a quick save or any sort of save and then hit them. And when you hit them, you just reload the save, and then now they have their gold back.
They have all their gold.
So
oh my gosh.
if you want 100,000 gold in Skyrim for the achievement, just do this 100 times and there you go.
That's amazing.
But yeah. Also, you need to make sure you have an item to sell, otherwise it won't work. So I'm going to just buy something from him and then sell all of it back to him. So now I have 2,000 gold.
Okay. But at this point, you don't need to do that anymore. That's just
it's not needed for the speedrun. You only need to do it once.
My war, Saren.
For sure. Okay.
Your people's war, I mean.
So now, this is the third glitch. It's a lot of glitches in a row, trust me.
Yeah,
okay.
that's the whole
So
game.
I'm going to make a save just in case. But here, I need to use this tanning rack. So this was a glitch. I think it was discovered by Nosferatu. I believe that's his name. But it's called ghost tilting. So, similar with horse tilting. Horse tilting...
We're gonna ride Nosferatu.
So, for horse tilting, you have collision and everything. But for ghost tilting, you have no collision. You're basically a ghost. You can go through objects. And how we do that is by getting onto this tanning rack. If Rustleaf could move a bit, that would be great.
I work steel, weapons mostly.
So I'm going to press the E button to use the tanning rack and hit escape at the same time almost. It's like 1 frame apart or something. And if you do it correctly, you can make a save while using the tanning rack.
Is it that frame specific, would you say?
It's not super specific, but it does work for only some objects in the game. So as you can see, I have a save right here that I just made while interacting with the object.
Not hot enough.
So that's going to be used. I believe you can do it with blacksmith forges and other things like workbenches. But the thing is, it's more or less consistent depending on what you use. But as you can see, if I load into this save file, it's going to just put me to work on this tanning rack. And I'm not pressing anything, I believe.
Not really.
Or it's going to just remove all my controls. But that's what you want. And we're going to just load back to this horse tilt save. So now that we're in the horse tilt save, same thing with speed being conserved. We're just going to do it again. And we should be able to just fly around. And we're just floating in midair. And we can go through
back and
objects.
forth. Oh, you're turning yourself that way. I see what's happening.
Yeah, so there we go. We discovered Septimus's outpost. Hopefully I have enough speed. I don't know if this is enough. I might need a bit more. Oh, I think I just have enough.
Are you slowing down?
Yeah.
Oh, you were slowing down.
So you have a certain amount of time before you stop, depending on how much speed you built up. I didn't have a lot of speed for that horse tilt or ghost tilt, so...
Was this where you needed to go or not quite?
Yeah, this is perfect. So right now, I am right underneath the Thalmor Embassy, which is for a quest that is basically about halfway through the main quest line. So we're going to just teleport inside there. And in ghost tilting, your height is kept from where you made your ghost tilt save. So because at Dawnstar, where I was at the tanning rack, it's pretty low in comparison to the rest of the Skyrim world, where things are higher or lower up. So that allows me to discover certain locations. They have like a sphere of where you can discover things from. And now we're under the Thalmor Embassy, and we're going to teleport there by doing a quick save and then a quick load while under it. And you have to be at a pretty specific spot. It's not like super specific, but depending on where you are, it will may or may not teleport to where you want.
Oh,
so now that I teleported up with the quick save and quick load, notice that I'm still like hovering in midair, yeah? So that's because I'm still in the ghost tilt state. So I can still go through walls and stuff because of it.
Weird. Okay. So you just phase through everything.
Yeah. And the only way to get rid of it is by going through doors or interacting with other objects that get you out of this state. So we're going to generally just go into the Thalmor Embassy. But right here I can showcase another fun glitch. So while you're in the ghost tilt state, you can actually just quick save and quick load again, and some very funny stuff will happen with your character.
Oh, good.
So now,
Why?
now his feet are kind of being buggy.
Oh my god, his arms are crossing. Oh, it's so oh, it's awful.
And now
What
he's just
what's
flying away.
happening? What is he doing?
Yeah, so I believe this is just some really weird things with the physics engine of this game. He's trying to like swim or something. I don't even know. But yeah,
I hate
if you
it.
just keep moving around, your character model will just get higher and higher and go all over the place. It's very, very weird.
Oh my gosh.
But we're going to get rid of
hate
it.
it.
We're just going to go back inside the door, and we're going to be all
glad that,
back to
like-
normal.
Yeah, well, at least like it's good that the game at least has trigger points that do like reset a lot of your movement, because I'm sure that would like make a lot of this very difficult to
Yeah.
actually like hit your objectives and things otherwise.
Yeah. It's also really nice that there is a save file functionality. Otherwise,
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would be very difficult.
I never should have come here.
So now right here, we're going to just steal these items from the chest right here. And this basically skips the entire first half of the game. So you don't go to Bleak Falls Barrows to kill the Draugr. You don't have to give the Dragon Stone and fight a dragon at all. You don't have to go to the Greybeards until, like, all of these things. It skips basically
Nobody
half
cares
the
that you
quest
just
line.
stole.
So,
I don't care.
well, they're angry at me, but if you get in and get out fast enough, then then you can fast travel away very quickly.
Oh, that's kind of what I was wondering.
So we're going to actually go to Septimus's outpost right here.
Oh, so that's why you, in that last glitch, you were running in a certain direction, and then you were like, oh, I got it, and then ran in a different direction.
Yeah.
So you had marked that already, so you could warp to it later?
Yeah, so for Dawnstar, which is right here where I was trying to discover a couple locations. The first location I wanted to discover was this Septimus outpost, because we're
That's
doing
cool.
a quest for that. And then we wanted to discover Catlos Farms as well, so we can fast travel here later as well. We're going to do one more ghost tilt in the run at Whiterun, and we're going to discover a couple more locations with that as well.
Okay.
But first, we're going to go pickpocket Septimus right here. So generally, you can just talk to him, but pickpocketing him is a lot faster. So we generally make a quick save, and then we just pickpocket him. And we just want this lexicon. And that's just a 50-50 chance of getting it or not. I got lucky with the 50-50.
What happens if you
If
don't
you don't get it, you
You
just have to keep reloading the save.
Okay.
You can lose runs too, if he's like really mean to you.
How many times have you tried it, like either before giving up or before getting it? Like, what do you think is the max number?
If I can remember correctly, like probably 8 or 9 50-50s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Of course, like,
Yeah.
if he's seen you, it lowers the chance, and sometimes you go for it just because. But,
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. So the next spot we're going to is Whiterun. I actually forgot to discover a place in High Hrothgar on the first horse tilt. But that's why Skyrim speedrunning is so much fun. You can improvise a lot.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure we'll see a lot of that in the showcase as well.
Yeah.
A lot to
Yeah.
see.
So we're going to create a quick save right here. This is Helgen from where we started, basically. And we're going to do another horse tilt. And we're going to discover High Hrothgar, go to the river, and we're going to get the Elder Scroll, which is generally something you don't do this early on at all.
You're right. Yeah, I would assume.
So we're going to
You are?
do horse tilt, time the load, and just go up the mountain.
Oh.
Oh.
And it'll scale for you.
Yeah, you have to be careful because there are some rocks which can kill you if you are not careful about it. I don't think I have enough
So
speed
interesting
here,
that it
and I'm not going
interesting
in
that
the
it'll
right
let you go up.
direction. Yeah, you have
I'm
you
sorry.
have to go through very specific parts of the mountain in order to climb it. So unfortunately, I don't think that was enough speed. I needed a bit more speed there.
Gotcha. How long would you say it took you to learn like this section, like memorize which directions you go and when?
Ooh, that's quite interesting. I don't remember actually. I believe when I started speedrunning Skyrim, I just really wanted to do the horse tilting because it was so much fun looking, and it is so much fun. It's definitely one of my favorite glitches. So I learned the run in about a week or two, and then I started getting good at horse tilting because I wanted to do marriage percent speedruns. And
Wait,
yeah.
can you explain?
Yeah, so there's this speed run for marriage to get married as fast as you can. And I believe the world record was 3 minutes and like 15 seconds or something, 3 minutes, 20 seconds at the time. And I believe it was the first world record I ever got by just grinding it out. And it was so much fun. I remember being so happy.
That's awesome. I love that was your first one.
Oh. I went a bit too high. Yeah, this is why horse tilting can be tough. It is definitely something that takes a while to learn. And sometimes you just need to know all the alternatives you can do. Okay, so I'm scaling the mountain. I'm almost there. Here we go. So now we're at High Hrothgar. I made a quick save there, and I'm going to be trying to land in the river below. And hopefully I can do it. Also, the game can eat your inputs, so yeah, it is very scary.
Aw.
So good thing I made a quick save. So you can still make saves while you're horse tilting, but if you're making a save while you're mid-movement, like right now I'm just stuck against the wall, so it's fine.
Okay.
If you make a save during like your very speedy portions, you're probably going to crash the game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm going to try to land in the water. This very narrow river. There we go. And we discover Battleborn Farm, and we're going to go all the way. Oh, so close. Yeah. This is why it's very scary sometimes.
Right.
So you have to just be able to control everything. Okay. Oh, that's fine.
You just like you like took the L on the
Yeah.
speed part of the
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can also improvise horse tilts by just making a quick save in third person from wherever you are, and you can just do it. So right here, I'll just improvise one.
Oh.
So you can just like combine horse tilts if you're not good at them. You can just do multiple if you want. And if you do die on a horse tilt, you still have the horse tilt save or speed saved. So you can just go back to the save you previously had, and your speed will be a bit lower next time based off how long you were horse tilting for.
Oh, that's so cool. That's actually really,
Yeah.
really cool.
I think this horse tilt was a bit too much speed, so I'm going to just do it again.
So we're gonna try one more
Yeah.
time.
I think that should be good.
How far are we trying to go from?
It's not too far, but it's probably like a minute of walking. So
Oh, okay, interesting.
So we're going to just go all the way to Mizark Tower, which is right about here.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So now this is the back entrance. Normally for getting the Elder Scroll, you have to go through all of Blackreach and a couple dungeons and stuff, and it's very annoying to get through.
Okay.
But we're going to clip inside this building. This clip is pretty annoying, but if you walk against this corner in the right direction, you should be able to phase your way inside of the wall here. And
Yeah.
depending on your saves, like save states and stuff, it can be pretty annoying. Okay.
So how so in terms of the actual save state?
So when you're let's see. How do I describe it? So sometimes some saves are better for clipping through objects than other saves, and the only way to like switch that around is by saving and loading the game again. You'll see this a lot with horses and other objects. If something's not working for clipping through like a wall or something, you can just retry it by making a new quick save and reloading it, and that will change just parts of the game. And I don't know why it does that, but it just generally helps with clipping through objects. Yeah.
Okay. I got
So
you.
now that I'm inside the wall here, all I need to do is hold W and A, and you can see a very small portion where I can open the Tower of Mizark right here. And that allows us to skip through this entire floor.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay.
Yep.
So how far are we through the speedrun right now? Would you say? Like through the game?
Through the game, I believe this is like 65% of the game already.
Okay.
The later portion is a lot longer for the speed run,
Okay.
but yeah, we're skipping quite a lot of content right here.
Yes. Holy moly.
So now we're just doing the puzzle manually. There's no way to speed that up. And we're going to grab this special bucket. This bucket we're going to use very late in the speedrun. It's not used in speedruns anymore, but it's a fun glitch that was used in speedruns before. Yep.
Okay. Awesome.
So now I have the Elder Scroll, and we're just going to head back out. Okay. So now we're going to head to Battleborn Farm, which we discovered earlier. And if we did things correctly, there should be a guard. Generally, the guard spawns closer or not, depending on how lucky you are, because their spawns are kind of random. We're going to punch them, and when we punch them, we just get taken to jail. And that basically is a teleport to where we want to go.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
So, intended game mechanics.
Yes.
Well, there's no
Now we're going to just go through all this dialogue. And something I should say is, in speedruns, we generally do a lot more quick saving and quick loading than I'm doing right now. Generally, we quick save and quick load constantly to skip all this dialogue, for instance. And you can see it makes the game look pretty choppy because it's like saving and loading. But it definitely saves time for all the dialogue. You'll see it in the Peace Council and everything, which is a part later on, but it's a lot of skipping dialogue. I believe we'll do a glitch there instead, which is faster in real time, but not faster for speedruns for in-game time, because we time it in-game time.
Turn to my duties.
That would be best.
Yeah.
Here. There it comes.
So
Let's
now
go
that
find
we
Farengar. I serve
complete more of this quest line, we're going to just wait right here. Waiting is a good mechanic because it makes people move faster, so we don't have to deal with them walking slowly
Farengar.
to continue for objectives.
Well,
And we
when I
just
say
say we're
friend,
going to do
straight
this
to the point.
Dragonstone
go to
tablet
Bleak
quest,
Falls Pharaoh. Find
but
this tablet,
we don't need to
no
do
doubts
it.
and priority.
We just need to talk to him, and that progresses the storyline for what we want.
Right. It's gonna like activate whatever you need to do next.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah,
I forgot
okay.
to discover Riverwood on... Oh, no, I didn't. Because we do it right here.
Yeah, I thought you had
we
it.
do
Yeah.
it right here. Okay. But actually, I'm going to wait until day so I can see better. So, actually, fun glitch. I believe this was something... I forgot who discovered it. I believe it was a glitchless runner that discovered this. But if you click and drag on this timer, you can... Generally, when you wait, for instance, so it ticks every hour. And that is pretty slow.
Yeah.
But someone discovered that if you click and drag, you can, while holding click, when you press enter, you can just drag it all the way to the left and it waits that entire set of time that you wanted to wait.
Oh, it just did that immediately. Oh, that's very cool.
So that's a very fun glitch. It's something that's really good if you're trying to play casually and you don't want to deal with waiting for 24 hours for something in game.
The next day. So do they consider that a glitch then? Or is that okay for glitchless?
I believe that's still considered a... I actually don't know. I should check that again. But I don't think people use it in glitchless because I don't believe there's a need for it.
Okay.
Yeah, because generally in glitchless, you only need to wait like 1 hour to restore your stamina.
Okay, I got you.
So now we're going to do another ghost tilt. So we're going to do the Ian escape thing again to make a save. Now that we have our save, we're going to do our ghost tilt. And we're going to discover quite a few locations now. So hopefully this goes well.
So you usually just come back to this one spot, it seems like.
Yeah, because that is the horse tilt save that I have. And basically it's the save that generates all our speed that we want to use for later.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
So now here we're going to try to discover a couple places, if I can. Let's see. So I need to go more north here. There's one. Now I need to discover 2 more.
With all this having like, you know, a lot of objects or areas usually having collision, and with how fast you're going, or like you're going at different levels, you're like sometimes going through stuff, but then sometimes you hit something and then you die. Is it because you've slowed down enough at that point, or why does it suddenly make you land on things or hit things?
So for horse tilting is when you have fall damage and stuff. For ghost tilting, you completely are like don't have any collision at all. Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
So that's why we can just go through objects like this entire mountain. So I discovered the locations that I needed to, and right now I'm at the very bottom of the throat of the world right here. So I'm going to try to do the quick save quick load to go to the top, and I didn't get it. So generally this is bad, yeah. But there's a backup that was discovered. I believe Last Tints was one of the runners that found it out. If you quit to main menu and then load the quick save again, it allows you to do the load warp again, so you can readjust your position. So
okay, awesome.
So hopefully I can figure out, because this is kind of weird looking, where I need to be. Hopefully this is fine. Well, that was higher up. I don't want to be this high up. You can see I want to be down there to discover the throat of the world, but I am a bit too far away.
So a lot of this is just like the warping. You just need to make sure that the direction is totally accurate, but then also a lot of memorization on like, not just the map, but like how fast you need to go and exactly where you need to stop, or how you turn when you're at that high of a speed to like make sure you hit those landmarks, things like that.
Yeah, it is quite a lot to work around. Takes a lot of time to practice, and as you can see, I'm pretty out of practice right now for this. But yeah, it is a lot of fun when you actually get into doing it. But yeah, it is definitely pretty tricky. Don't know whether I should go more forwards or backwards. Yeah, so
It's like playing into the whole like improvisation thing for the run,
yeah,
you know?
kind of. But at least you can see that it is teleporting you up. It really depends on your position right here. I think I need to be more to the left. It is very difficult to line myself up though. Maybe this will work. No. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to be actually, let me see something here. I'm going to just do a fun thing. I'm gonna cheat a little
Okay.
bit.
What's up with their shadow kind of spinning sometimes? That was weird.
Oh, I don't
that?
know why. It is kind of weird. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to just... Oh.
We got some typing.
Is 401? Here we go. So now I have netch jelly. I'm going to just eat it. Okay. And now we're back. Okay. We are now back to normal. So netch jelly is a DLC item in the game, which makes you paralyzed when you eat it. So
Okay.
when I ate it right there, it removes your ghost tilt state. So it makes you
So that's
back
like
to normal.
one of those interactable objects you were talking about that would do that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So now that we have that, we're going to go head over to Old Hrolden, which is one of the places that we discovered. And we're going to do another horse tilt. So this one's a horse tilt, where you can die to the horse because of all the collision and stuff being enabled and fall damage. So generally, we're going to have to be a bit more careful for these. And we're going to try to head west to the right spot. I think this is fine? Question mark.
It's always like, where are we?
This is not the spot. Yeah. Okay.
These are some of your loaded, like, pre-prepared saves, right?
No, these are all the saves I
no,
made
this is
during
back
the
in
run,
the-
so we're just going through all of these saves that we're just making and keeping them as backups, basically. So that's why this speedrun is
so
pretty
silly.
nice, because if you fail something, you can just go back to a save you just made, and it is very convenient.
Right. I'm
Yeah.
silly. I'm just.
Yeah, you can see
Aw,
this is
close,
where
okay.
you can die pretty easily. So generally, I want to land in the water right there. I'm going to head right here to Karspire. Now we are in Karspire. We're just going to run through. Oh, going to quick save, quick load. Something to note is some locations, when you do quick saving and quick loading, it opens up this loading screen, for instance. And that is only for certain locations of the game, and Karspire is one of them, which is why that looks weird. Now this is just parkour. We're just jumping on these rocks and stuff. And you can just do this on your own. It skips having to do the puzzles. And if you are good with the movement, you can definitely save time with wading through the opening of all these bridges and stuff.
So this is like a good section for platformers, for people who
There's a
like
couple.
platformers.
There's a couple small platforming sections in other categories And some of them are
Okay.
pretty interesting, but generally they don't get showcased. Maybe I could show off some of those later.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if it's
Yeah.
skipping sections, like, definitely.
So now that we're here, we should be able to fast travel. And this time we're going to go to... Oh, I was supposed to discover Whiterun Stables, but that's fine. Also, enemies followed me in because I was being slow. Okay. But yeah, generally this is where we would go to the stables here so we can get a carriage ride. You can just do a horse tilt if you want, if you want to improvise, but
To go to this
the
area.
stables is a lot faster.
Yeah, okay.
It's faster and easier generally. Or
It's like the
yeah.
fastest casual way to get around. I guess besides warping.
Yeah. For the speedrun world record, I believe Waz, who's the current world record holder, he does all those horse tilts that I did in a single
Where do you
segment.
want to go?
So you can transfer your speed throughout saves, as I said before, and it also carries on when you fast travel. So if you fast travel from one spot to another while still having your horse tilt save, you can still go very speedy.
Climb and back.
And
we'll be
the
off.
world record
That's super
carries
cool.
it
You've
over
never been
all
to
the way
Be sure to
from
visit the Black
the
Friar
Battleborn Farm ghost
the
tilt
dad,
save
forget
all the way through Karspire, which is very cool and very impressive.
Yes, that's awesome.
So now here we're going to punch the horse again, sorry,
up the yard. Smart man.
and just get teleported in.
Welcome to Riften, home of the
And now we're
thieves.
going to talk to Esbern, who definitely shouldn't have heard of us because we definitely
Haven't done anything haven't talked to anybody.
I don't know. Skin us alive.
I've had like one conversation in the speedrun.
Yeah. So something fun here. If you have infinite sprint, you can just jump around to the side. But if you use a bucket, for instance, you can do a bucket jump. It is pretty hard, but you can do a bucket jump just jumping on to the other side. But I'm not practiced enough for that.
Oh, okay. I see what you're getting at.
Dropping items beneath you is pretty cool for speedruns, and it definitely is a very fun mechanic. I believe some other runs of the game use it as well. So if you want to try stuff out with that, it also breaks fall damage. So if you
Oh.
if you don't want to take fall damage, just keep dropping items under you, and you can just scale mountains like that.
So like could you jump down from like a really, really high height, then you jump off the item right when you're about to hit the bottom?
Not really. You have to just keep dropping items underneath you, and you just slowly, basically staircase down with your items.
Oh, interesting.
Go
Okay,
away.
okay.
What? No, that.
Huh.
Oh, how reassuring. What?
I
You better
chose the
come
wrong
inside.
dialogue, but it's fine.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, dialogue
This
choice
will
is
just take a
actually a
moment.
thing in the speedrun. If you choose the wrong
Right.
dialogue, you
Always.
might end up having to
There we
wait
go.
like 24 hours or potentially
Only a
like
couple more.
have bad things happen. So you have to
okay.
be kind of careful, but it's not really that big of a deal for certain menu options.
There we
So what's
are.
like the worst case scenario if you pick something wrong?
You just load a quick save that you make. Yeah.
Okay. Well, like what would be the consequence in game? Would you say, if you could think of something?
In game, I don't know if there's too much of a consequence. Like the worst
Okay, so it's
one
not that
would
bad.
be like Arngir would just not speak to you for like 24 hours in the game.
Okay.
But of course, if you select the wrong dialogue, you just go out of the dialogue option choices and then just reload your save. Because generally, when you're going through dialogue, you would be quick saving and quick loading quite a lot, and that will skip all the dialogue.
You important. There is.
Now we just talked to Esbern.
No, the dragons. Haven't you figured?
and go through all his dialogue.
No one can escape.
And we need to make
You're
sure
right.
that he's
The
following
prophet
us
must
by
go.
going through all his dialogue. So
You'll
now
have to speak up. I'm a
he
little
is
deaf.
following me because I talked to him through everything. And we're going to make a save right here. And we're going to load our load warp save from the very start of the game. And we're going to basically just teleport
gotcha.
our save that we just made with Esbern to the location right here. And this is good because generally for I forgot to make a quick save. But generally you would have to walk with Esbern all the way to the top where we just parkour through, and that takes quite a while. So instead we just load warp with the save, and we skipped running back through all of that section. And Esbern is with us,
And we're done.
and we're good.
Like that happens with, so that's easy to do with like cave-like sections.
Yeah, so it's used a lot in many runs of this game. For the longer categories, if you're completing a dungeon, for instance, and the dungeon has like a long exit sequence, you can just do a load warp and it basically skips having to exit. And that is super helpful, and you'll see it used a lot, especially in longer runs. So now we're in Riverwood. Hopefully, because I have DLC installed, this isn't bad. Generally, people don't run with the DLC because there is a random event that you can get with the cultists, and they will kind of appear and attack you, and that is not good. But, yeah.
But does it like make certain parts of the game smoother, or because you were just saying like this should help somehow?
So I only have the DLC enabled because of other glitches that I want to showcase. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Generally, most speedruns use just the plain vanilla Skyrim. If you are on Special Edition of Skyrim, it is slower because of some glitches that you cannot do. But you can do stuff like horse tilting. You can do infinite sprint, but you have to do infinite sprint in a different way. But yeah, there's quite a lot of intricacies that make Special Edition a bit slower. And speaking of which, you can do some of these glitches on console as well. I believe you can horse tilt on console, but the thing is, it is probably going to crash the game because console being probably weirder in terms of hardware. So keep that in mind if you don't want to crash your Skyrim there. But as long as you control it, I believe it should still work. So now Esbern and Delphine are going to have a bunch of dialogue right here. They're going to just go talk for quite a while, so we just leave them. And we're going to be making quick save and quick loads out here. And that's just going to speed up their dialogue in the game. And we're going to do an item duplication glitch right here with this bucket. So if you do a quick save and a quick load and then mash E, it duplicates the item that you are trying to pick up. As you can see, I got 4 buckets from that.
What is it? Because like using the take button, it's just taking a bunch while it's loading.
Yeah,
like as many as you can fit.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So when you're loading the game and you're interacting with the object, it messes with the game state. It just repeats picking up the item because it thinks you can. I believe there's quite a few weird things. Like a lot of the glitches in Skyrim have to do with manipulating save and loads or manipulating in-game animations and stuff. So like getting on a horse, for instance, or opening doors. All of those have animations that you can mess around with.
I gotcha.
So now that we waited long enough outside, these guys should finish up their dialogue, and we can just leave to go to where they're talking about, which is Skyhaven Temple, which we discovered earlier from the Karspire horse tilt. And so here, we're going to wait an hour. We just talked to Esbern once, and we skip his dialogue by Oh, I did that wrong. I mean, it's whatever. We skip his dialogue by bumping into him. And then, yeah. So in glitchless runs, instead of quick saving and quick loading, which is not allowed because we don't want to have quick save, quick load glitches in the run, you can just shove them instead to skip dialogue. And it's very weird. Some dialogue that you cannot skip with quick saving and quick loading, you can always skip by shoving them.
Shoving them.
Knowing which dialogues you have to quick save and quick load and the dialogues that you have to shove them is definitely another aspect of the game.
That's awesome. Yeah. I like how shoving is always effective.
Yeah. So, okay, this is fun. So generally, when we activate this blood seal, there's this long animation that takes place. And we would generally fast travel away to Riften right now. I think I'm going to save that for a little bit later, but it skips waiting for this door to open. I want to save the Riften stuff for a bit later because I need to manipulate the time better. Because the in-game time actually matters for the speedrun for one particular glitch that we do.
Okay. So I'm sure we'll see soon.
Isn't it amazing?
So right here, we're just skipping dialogue and manipulating the two of them here by quick saving and quick loading and stuff and waiting. And now here's Dragonbane. So I guess I can show off the other dupe method. So if you pick up the Dragonbane and then you mash E and quick save by alternating them, it also should duplicate them. And as you can see, I now have 2 Dragonbanes.
Okay, so you just duplicated it once.
Yeah. Quick saving and quick loading and mashing E is the better way that most people do now. But yeah, this E and quick save method was done before. It's still quite a lot of fun.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So now, generally we would wait. I should have waited an hour here.
Could you get another sword if you did like the same thing?
Yeah,
I guess it doesn't work like that anymore.
So it's kind of weird. Sometimes you can like dupe items really easily, and then other times like you cannot. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Like depending on where you are in the game, like location wise and just other mechanics of the game, some items are easier to dupe than others based off of location and stuff, which is why you see people go to specific locations to duplicate items.
It's couched in allegory.
But yeah, it is
Symbol.
pretty tough.
Yes, yes.
So for instance, this dialogue right here, if I quick save and quick load, you can see it doesn't skip it, it just repeats it.
From the mouth.
But if you shove it,
Shout?
you can just skip that dialogue.
I was afraid. I guess they're.
My
I
God.
hope to avoid involving them. Right. We'll look around. Talos guard.
This one you have to make
Oh, yes.
decisions, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're done with Alduin's Wall, which is one of the pretty mid to late quests. How are we doing on
That
time,
was one you
by
have
the
to
way?
like.
How
I'm
are
sorry?
we doing on time? Just
Oh.
because I'm
So
about
we
halfway
are-
through the run, so
We have just hit an hour. I told you.
yeah, it's quite a while. Oh boy.
It's okay. Yeah, we also had our intro. You know, it's all good.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I guess I can do this first. Okay.
There's just always a lot to explain and go through. Ways to show things off, like alternate methods or things that used to happen in the run, things like that. So like it makes sense that there's all this extra time that goes into these breakdowns and explanations, you know?
Yeah.
People of Riften.
Okay. So now we're going to use the money that we stole earlier right here, and we're going to get a marriage. So we're going to talk to Maramel and buy an amulet of Mara so we can get married.
Mara bless you.
I don't
And
Of course.
we're going to just pay Marthurio a lot of money and put on the amulet,
With a flagon still
and then, yeah, let's get married.
It's settled then. Brief as life can be in Skyrim.
Also, another glitch that I should talk about is,
You wish to be
what is it? So, when you load or go through loads, this is one reason why the vanilla version of the game is faster. When you fast travel or go through any sort of load scene, there's a fade in black screen which occurs. So you can see it right here when I load in right here. It takes a little bit of time. And during that time, you cannot move. So generally what speedrunners would do is during that downtime, if you do another quick save and quick load, it removes that black fade in screen. And that allows you to move and do stuff faster. And that saves about a second each time you do that. And considering how many times it happens during the run, it saves probably about a minute at least, which is pretty significant.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's the little things like that that really add up.
yeah. So now we're going to do a bucket clip. So here's the wall, and we're going to clip through. So we have our bucket that we're holding in front of us that we duplicated earlier. And we're going to quick save and quick load so we have another attempt if we fail. And we just walk forwards into the bucket.
Whoa.
And now we're inside the wall. And we're just going to be doing that to get to the other side. And the reason why we do this is because if we go to... Yeah, right there you can see I did a quick save quick load to skip the black screen. But you can see right here I cannot open this door. That's because the front door is locked because you haven't gone through part of the quest. But the back door
went through the back.
is
When
free to use.
did you learn of that?
Perfect.
They have always... Have you learned nothing from us? No.
So now we
but
just go
heed
through
my
this
warning.
dialogue,
No,
make sure we chose the right choice
we do
right
not
there,
regret this loss.
which is the first line.
Only Patronax.
And
He lives,
yeah,
he
just
speaks
going to go
us.
through
Only,
all this
only
dialogue,
those whose voice is strong can find the path.
skip his line right there, and wait an hour. So now they're all outside. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 or 4 quick save and quick loads. I believe it's 4. And then
You're doing them now, which is why it looks so body. Okay.
So what those do is makes these wards appear on the ground earlier. So now all 3 of them should be on the floor instead of having to wait for Arngeir to do all the shouts of each ward, and that takes forever.
I will grant you my understanding.
So now he's giving us the shout, so we just shove him. Generally, you would quick save and quick load that line of dialogue. And we're going to just head to Parthenax, everyone's favorite dragon. Hello. Oh, clipping inside him. That's not what we wanted to do.
Why do you...
Okay.
Not the introduction. By long tradition.
So
Hear my...
there's a new method for this glitch right here that we do. It's very, very minor, but it's like half a second. But before, like, nowadays we just mash E on Parthenax to skip him shouting the fire breath. But if we do a wait instead, it makes it appear, and we have the fun audio cue of him breathing fire.
Oh, that's so funny.
And it keeps playing on until, like, we do another quick save, quick load, which is very funny. So now it's gone.
It's just gonna keep doing that.
Yeah. So now we just have to go through his entire line of dialogue once we do the fire breath shout. Oh, I didn't wait long enough. Here we go. So we breathe fire on him. He's going to go through all of this dialogue. It's going to take probably like 30 seconds. Lots of
Oh, to
philosophy.
get through it all and you can't skip. I got you.
But
So we already made it really far throughout the run itself. Because this typical run is just under 23 minutes. For world record, it looks like.
if you brought that Kel.
Yep. Okay. So I think I have to wait 24 hours here for a second. Okay. So Mercurio should disappear. Okay. So now
Oh, weird.
he's getting ready for our marriage ceremony, and this is where we do the marriage glitch. So generally this cutscene, when we read the Elder Scroll, it takes us to a very long and lengthy cutscene of like I want to say 5-6 minutes at least. But we can skip all that by reading the Elder Scroll. So
Oh,
what we're
okay.
going to do is we're going to read the Elder Scroll right here, and we're going to pause using the wait method at a very specific time. So that will be when an audio cue happens. And so the screen is going to be very white right here, and we're going to just be pressing tab to escape the wait menu and going back to wait until I get a audio cue. Here we go. So now everything went silent for a second, and now everything's back to normal. So I'm going to be waiting for 24 hours, and that should make me fail the marriage ceremony. So as you can see, I failed the marriage ceremony, but I can now move inside of the cutscene because of it.
Oh my gosh.
So now, something important to note is do not save and load during the cutscene, otherwise it will take you out of the cutscene back to your previous save file, which is all the way back here. So make sure not to do that. Also, if your game crashes here, then that is pretty unlucky as well.
Right. You're just doing a good amount of
We're
work.
going to do another fun glitch. This is an animation glitch. So for power attacking, you can power attack with dual-wield weapons without using stamina if you buffer it correctly. So what happens is you hold your 2 power attack buttons, and then you mash them right after the 2 swings hit, I believe. So it looks like this. So I did it wrong. But it's going to be like that, and it lets you infinitely power attack. And that's going to be used during
really cool.
the Alduin fight a lot. You can't see it right here, but because the stamina bar and your health bar and everything is disabled. So, yeah.
Gotcha. And so that just makes that fight really fast, it looks like.
So generally, you're not supposed to be, like, doing anything. It's just a cutscene that I'm in right now.
But instead you just killed
Yeah.
him.
So I killed him to speed up all that part. He doesn't talk to the warriors at all anymore. And we can just do other stuff within the game, such as discover more locations. So we're going to be discovering Windhelm right here while we're waiting for this cutscene to play out.
Ever been to Windhelm?
This is one of the spots where it can crash the game,
They say the big
depending.
old palace there was built by you.
Looks like we're fine though.
Okay.
And now we're going to just teleport to Windhelm again by attacking this guard.
You have committed crimes. Smart.
And here we go.
And discovered the palace.
There.
So now that we're here, we just go back to High Hrothgar. And this is just manipulating the cutscene itself. So generally this cutscene has a lot of dialogue that is going on. So I need to do it again. So just traveling back and forth skips a lot of the dialogue right here. And we just come back here to learn the shout. So now we learn Dragon Rend. And this normally takes forever to get to. In the cutscene, it takes a lot of time. And right here, we need to wait for his head to turn like all the way. Otherwise, if you fast travel away too early, you will soft lock the game. So you have to make sure his head turns all the way towards you, and then you can travel away.
Do you know why it would soft lock otherwise?
I believe it's because the game is stuck at one of the dialogue lines, and because it's stuck at a dialogue that it can't skip, then it just makes Alduin invincible, so they start attacking each other and nothing happens. And they just keep fighting forever.
Super weird. Okay.
So now, fun part here, we're just going to speed up this section a little bit by helping Alduin. So, going to... Oh, yep, we shouted her with fire breath and she's dead now. Okay. And now we just mash E to talk to this guy so he skips his dialogue. Same thing with Elder. And that speeds up this cutscene a lot. And now, right when he's saying this line of Foul Kel, we're going to do something that requires somewhat strict timing. So we're going to fast travel to Dragon's Reach and hopefully skip past all this dialogue right here by selecting the correct option.
Another
May the
wanderer.
gods watch over your battles, friend.
Oh, I might have done it already. Oh yeah, I did it already way back then. I wasn't supposed to go to Dragon's Reach earlier. But yeah. Okay, so this is a very crucial part right here that I need to do precisely. So I want to shout Alduin with Dragon Rend while the screen is white, because that will cause him to land early. If I don't do that, then it makes the fight quite a lot harder. So I'm going to be opening the magic menu, equipping Dragon Rend. Do I need to equip all three? I think I equip all three right now. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 2. Here we go. Perfect. Yeah, so you have to do that kind of blindfolded in a way. The screen is entirely white, so you can't see where Alduin is. The only thing you have is this marker at the top that points to him, but you have to look right and slightly up in that direction to hit the shout. And now right here, we're going to stand against this rock so we can do this double power attack without using stamina. And by doing it this way, it makes sure that we take the least damage, which is his wing attacks. And then we just keep attacking him until he is dead.
So, but standing there, you're like right next to the wing, like you were basically in front of it.
Yeah. If you're to the front of him, he'll start breathing fire on you, and that deals a lot of damage. If you are to the back of him, he'll hit you with his tail, and that does a lot of damage as well. So you want to be against his wing, so he only attacks you with his wing. Yeah, it is very tricky, this fight. I made it look a lot easier than it actually is. It is very tough. If you mess up the shout, or if you do anything slightly wrong, then you'll start taking a lot of damage, and that is not good.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's interesting to see like how a lot of the things that look the easiest are actually the most difficult, and then vice versa. It's super strange.
Okay.
It happens a lot in speedrunning.
So now that he's dead, we're going to skip all his dialogue. And just quick save and quick load a lot to skip all of this. There's quite a lot of lines here. Okay. And now Alduin's going to say his lines that are not skippable. And then, so fun glitch right here. This is a very fun thing that I believe I discovered this. But,
oh, cool.
So if you talk to Parthenax, and you just stay in the menu when you select the options, he's going to go fly off in a very weird way. So you'll start seeing him flying backwards into the sky.
What?
And he's going to do that forever.
Oh my gosh.
And you're still talking to him, too.
I can see that. You can see the arrow going kind of wild back and forth.
That's where Parthenax is.
That's so funny.
And then when you escape this menu, he will come crashing down, I believe. Like, I'm not sure how fast it takes, but he does fly down.
Oh, I see him.
Vertically straight. Whoa. Ooh.
Oh, oh,
Whoa.
okay.
Okay.
He's just still there. Interesting. I guess he wasn't supposed to leave, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just something fun.
Yeah. I love stuff like that.
Okay. So now we're going to talk to Balgriff. And it is 1 in the morning, which is why he's not out here. Generally, you would want it to be daytime, so he's sitting in his chair.
What is it? I
And now we're just going to do a bunch of dialogue here.
now what's this nonsense? I want
Just more choices like you did a little bit
Yeah.
ago.
no.
Not much else to say.
Now if you
Yeah,
don't mind,
that's fair.
I've got a
And then we're going to go back to High Hrothgar with the bucket clip again and talk to the Greybeards again. This is just the slow, boring parts of the story where we have to talk to everyone. Everyone's like annoyed about war and dragons and everything. But yeah, just use the bucket again, clip through the wall. Yeah. So that's why we make a quick save, so if we fail it, we can just retry it very quickly again.
Yeah, again, like that's the good thing about having quick saves in this game all over
Yeah.
the place. Like you were saying earlier.
So, Arngeir right here, he can spawn
feared
in a
as much.
couple of places
We are not
depending on the
warriors.
time of day. And if you do it correctly, then
Paarthurnax
he
has
spawns
made the decision to
outside,
help.
so you don't have to go inside to find him as well. Like, he'll normally be sitting right outside right there.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But that's all in-game time manipulation if you do it properly. So now right here, we're going to fast travel to Solitude.
You have committed crimes against
Oh,
Punch or hit that guy.
go to jail.
Yep. Same thing as usual.
Again.
It's just very convenient for the plot.
So do you usually just leave jail right away after that?
Yeah, so generally it's because we have the gold to pay for the bounty. Hitting someone is like only 40 gold a bounty, which isn't much. So that's what we normally choose. If you
Okay.
There is a perk of selecting the jail option though, is you do get a lockpick. And you can use the lockpick to just do vendor glitch with if you are not like picking up items, for instance.
Gotcha.
One of the prisoners.
And
Why don't you-
sleeping at jail
Nice.
is only a little bit of time loss anyways. It's very minor because all you do is press
Speak with
E on a
Legabrica.
bed
She will
and it
determine if
basically
you are
skips the
leading
entire
the
jail
Greybeards.
sequence as well.
Why?
Okay.
And you do end up
Gotcha.
getting
My
teleported to
job
where
is
you
to
want
quell this
anyways,
rebellion.
which is cool.
Yeah, like
Yes.
you're still in that right
That's
spot.
not what my
Gotcha.
scouts report, sir. Every day more.
So now we're just rounding up everyone to go
alright.
to the thing. To the Peace Council meeting, which is very notorious for being super long.
Okay, are we going to be able to cut down on that?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I remember
in the speedrun, unfortunately,
speak.
for
It's about time that you
in-game time purposes, we normally go through the entire thing,
I doubt the
but
yes.
it is very slow, or a bit slower than
If he's not
real
with us,
time,
he's against
or
us.
Okay. Oh, wow.
or how do I describe it? It's slower to do Peace Council real time than it is in-game time. In-game time, it's a lot faster, which is why we do it in speed runs. But
I
for
see,
marathon runs, for instance, we will do this instead. So we're going to go back to our friend Mercurio, who is heartbroken after we left him
Fancy your
during the marriage ceremony.
Right. Oh, no.
He's going to be like, oh
Can't believe
no,
you're speaking to me after what
you
you've done.
broke my heart.
You broke my
Here's,
heart.
we'll start over. We'll start
Oh,
over.
no.
Come find me.
Is it gonna do? Are you gonna do the
Yeah,
same
we're
thing?
going to do the
You
same
finally
thing.
came to your senses.
No.
So we're going to go to Miramel, who's in the temple.
Oh. Oh
We're
no.
going to ask him to set up another marriage ceremony. I believe he's sleeping right now. Here we go.
So sad.
You embarrassed. Forgive tomorrow. Same time as before.
So he's going to say, tomorrow. We're definitely going to be there tomorrow. Not at like a super important meeting or anything.
Oh no!
So, once more, we're going to do another bucket clip. It's a shame that all the bucket clips are only this one bucket clip left in the run. There used to be so many more bucket clips.
Right, it's the last one. I was gonna say we're in the same spot
Yeah.
we were earlier.
In the past speedruns, there used to be like so many bucket clips. It used to be like the most major part of the run. But now, there's only 3 left. But there are so many bucket clips in other categories. So if you are interested in speedrunning Skyrim, I wouldn't just look at any percent. All of the other categories have some very, very cool glitches and stuff that you can do.
Aside from any percent, then what would you say is either the most interesting category or your favorite to play?
Not have agreed to hold
I like the
this
longer categories.
case. They're not. But
So,
take
Okay.
your seat and we
let
can
me see.
begin.
So, all guilds, which is on speedrun.com right now, you can check out that category. That one does all of the guilds of the game, including the Thieves Guild, Dark Brotherhood, College of Winterhold, and the Companions. And that has
wow,
all
okay.
of the fun glitches that you can see. There's also all Daedric quests, which also has some very unique glitches and stuff.
Gotcha.
I am currently routing an all achievements run, which will have everything. I'm not sure how long that will take, but it will be quite a while, and it's going to be quite a lot of work for me. Yeah. There
Yeah.
hasn't been a run done for that category, so I'm going to be just
Oh, interesting.
routing it out.
Okay, so this would be like
Yeah.
like first of its kind kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Now that everyone
That's
is here,
awesome.
So right here we are in the Peace Council.
please take
It's
your
definitely
seats
something
so
that
we
you
can
can't
begin.
skip. Normally we will like quick save and quick load for all the dialogue or do a wait to get everyone seated and ready, and that takes quite a while of just talking. But because we are trying to marry Mercurio, I'm going to just wait a bunch of time right here. You know, just wait.
Oh no.
And now we can just leave the seat and leave the meeting. Okay.
Oh no.
So unfortunately we didn't do the marriage ceremony, but we can at least skip the waiting of the Peace Council. But you still
No
have to
marriage.
wait because you have to go back and forth into the Peace Council meeting in order to like interact with them, because they're going to try to speak to you like this.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But the good news is we can just go back and forth outside. And generally we time this by jumping. The number of jumps it takes will like determine when you should go back inside, because it's like time based. You can't really speed it up with quick saves and quick loads.
Weird. Okay, so what would happen if you just stayed inside instead?
If you stayed inside
Good point.
instead, it'll just go through the entire Peace Council thing like regular. Like they're still speaking their dialogue, but by going outside, it makes it so that like it skips most of their dialogue.
Oh, interesting. Okay, weird. So you just know that it still takes a little bit between when you can respond,
Yeah.
but it cuts out a lot of it. Okay, very interesting.
The Dragonborn
Also,
have
this is
ordered
another
copies.
part where choosing the correct dialogue option
You
is
disappoint me,
important.
Dragonborn.
Also,
I
hi
accepted
Tellius,
your
you're not
invitation
supposed to
on
be
trusting
here.
you.
You're supposed to be
I
talking
can see
to
now
everyone
that
else.
This is not an
Okay. I guess go back in. Yeah. So
weird.
NPCs
Has that happened
yeah,
before?
NPCs can follow you outside if they're mid-sentence talking to you, and that can be kind of annoying.
With every soul
Yeah,
you're
so you
slain
can
in
see
your
the dialogue is still playing. It's because it's Tullius coming outside to mess with me.
Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, you let us know if you ever encounter anything that you haven't seen before, because you know.
Yeah.
This is our
I'll name it
homeland,
Russia.
Tullius.
I played this game quite a lot, so
So, Dragonborn.
we'll see. I've had so
Right.
many instances of new things happening, so it is definitely not like something I'm not familiar with. Like generally something
Right.
happens at least once a stream, I would say. The thing is,
my
like,
gosh.
I think I've gone through enough where I'm probably not going to be surprised anymore.
I think it's very likely.
That's amazing. I mean, that's fair. It's just you never know, like, even with games that are, you know, for example, 11 years old, like this game, or even games that are older than that, like 20 years old, whatever, people are still finding new things. Like you kind of touched on that a little bit, but there are new things being found all the time, and there are like adjustments, and you know, you're like, oh, we don't do the bucket stuff as much.
Speaking of,
it's really interesting to see a community just really just like so invested in a run that they're like, we're gonna keep exploring, we're gonna keep finding things, like, you know, any percent will keep adjusting.
Yeah. Speaking of new things, I did discover a glitch just a couple days ago for all achievements.
Ooh!
It is very weird, but it allows me to get like an achievement when I definitely shouldn't have gotten the achievement. So yeah. Okay. So I'll explain that later, I guess.
Great porch.
Oh, sweet. Okay, great. Excited.
What's the hurry?
Okay.
Whoa.
So yeah, we're going to just wait here. We did the Odoving shout from inside, and that's going to just make it so that Odoving comes. And what we're going to do right here is pre-fire a Dragon Rend shout by opening the door and pressing Dragon Rend at the same time.
Okay.
So if we do it correctly... Oh, we didn't do it correctly, because I don't think I made a Quicksaver wait at the right time. But generally he appears right in front, and you'll hit him with the shout immediately.
The dragon?
Yeah, the dragon. So unfortunately I didn't get that, but yeah, you can just shout him again.
Yeah.
And now he's flying around a bit.
Oh.
And then right here, like, we just lure him in, and we just exit and let everyone else do the work. And what this does is it skips the animation of him getting locked up and everything. And we're all good.
Okay. Oh wow, look at that.
Among ourselves. Once
so we just talk to him, and we're going to be taken to the final parts of the game right here.
Oh, nice, going into the final part. It's not going to be the end of the show, mind you all. We probably still have we have another showcase to do, so we'll have like at least another hour.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. But this has been quite the journey. Like, I gotta say, as somebody who didn't have this game growing up, I can't tell you what the plot is. I cannot tell you.
So now we're going to talk to Odoving, and we're going to do fast travel to skip a cutscene.
Okay.
So we choose the dialogue to say that he's ready, and then he's going to take us to Skuldolphin and skip the flying animation. So now we're here.
Okay.
In the final parts of the game. So in the speed run, normally we will do a horse tilt to go into the portal, which is all the way at the top. Generally, you have to go through this super long dungeon. This dungeon is one of the longest in the game, but there's so many ways to skip it. You can do it glitchless by climbing this mountain on the left. You can do it using the horse tilt and climbing all the way to the top by using other things on the map, basically.
Okay.
But we're going to use the bucket that we picked up earlier. So this was used in the run before. It was the fastest route before. But we're going to go all the way here and stand at a certain spot. And we're going to look in a direction. And this is kind of important, because what we're going to do is we're going to drop the bucket that we picked up, and it's going to drop underneath our feet. And when we pick it up, it's going to make us hover and fly all the way to the top. And this is called YOLO bucket, I believe.
Say YOLO bucket? That's awesome, okay.
So we're going to drop this bucket, and notice that the difference, yeah? So this bucket looks like this, which is good for clicking with objects, but this bucket is taller and it makes us just fly. So we drop it beneath our feet, and we just pick it up, and we should fly. Unfortunately, the dragon is here to stagger us, which isn't good. Hopefully we don't get knocked down. Oh, we are flying in the wrong direction. Yeah, this isn't the direction where we want to fly. We want to fly to the left. But as you can see, you can fly very, very high with this bucket.
Very high up. If you dropped right now, though, wouldn't you die from fall damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see, as I was saying before, you can just drop buckets and stuff underneath you to, like, skip your fall damage. Unfortunately, oh, I could have actually made it.
You gonna try?
No, I don't have the bucket with me. You need to do a second bucket hover.
Okay.
Like if I picked it up, then I could have. But there we go. So now we're going the right direction. Yeah, because this one's good. Oh, no, it's not good enough. But now we're here. We're halfway up. Generally, you can do this with one bucket. But if you don't make it all the way with one bucket, you can do a backup right here. Same thing. You just need to make sure you have your bucket with you.
So, how are you using that? I mean, I'm not sure if I missed the explanation on how to lift yourself with the bucket. Is there anything complicated about it? Or?
What I'm doing is I'm just pressing R to drop the bucket, and it drops underneath your feet. And then we're going to hold E to pick it up. And what holding E does is it allows you to move around objects like in the game, but not actually pick it up into your inventory. And you have to time it so that you clip into the bucket when you're dropping it. And if you do it too early or too late, when you hold E, you'll either spin the bucket really quickly and that will cause it to just fall beneath you, or you won't go up in your desired direction. It's like kind of a lot of small things, but yeah.
Gotcha.
So now we're all the way at the top. We skipped the entire dungeon. There's a dragon priest right here that you're supposed to fight, but you can just run into the portal before he deactivates it. And now we're here in the final part of the game.
Wow. Here we are.
So right here we're going to
awesome.
do a horse tilt. So we make a quick save right here and do a small horse tilt.
It
saves a little bit of time, not too much.
Okay, how much would you say?
Probably like 30 seconds-ish. I think this...
Oh, that's significant enough for sure.
This is a bit too much speed.
Oh.
Yeah. So you have to judge your speed for the horse tilt very accurately all the time. It's like, for this horse tilt, I need this much speed kind of thing. Like, this one requires very little speed.
Okay.
And you don't want to go high. Yeah. It is kind of tough, but it just takes time to practice.
Yeah, that's a lot of it in this is like, okay, so here's how you start the horse tilt, but making sure again with that your whole directional state with it, and like how much speed you get and all that. Like that seems like it's just repetition and getting used to it.
Yeah, so right here I equipped Fire Breath. Notice I have my swords out, and we're going to just do a power attack and a Fire Breath. If you miss this, then this guy might one-shot you, so you have to be careful.
Oh wow, because I assume you don't have any. Oh no!
Okay, yeah, that's why you have to be careful. And why you make quick saves and stuff. Why are you running away? Okay, he is running away for some reason.
What brings you, Waver? Wander here in southern Shore's gifts to
There we go. That shouldn't have gone like that. That was very interesting what he did. Normally he doesn't back up like that, but I kind of got unlucky.
Yeah, you're able to like save that.
Mhm.
Interesting.
So the world record holder does a horse tilt for this section to save like 5 seconds.
At long last,
It is very minor. And now we just go back and forth after activating these guys' dialogues. And we're just going to, yes, keep skipping what they're doing by moving back and forth like this. Because they take quite a while to go across the bridge. And you cannot, like, wait in this section, so there's no waiting since the Sovereign Guard is a special location.
You can kind of push them into it by going in and out the door.
Yeah.
Cool.
And now, this is the final fight of the game. It's pretty standard. Nothing really
Done a lot of
happened. Yeah.
Shoved a few people. That's about it.
Yeah. So now we just do the clear skies shout while they're talking.
I see.
And we're just skipping their dialogue and stuff. Just waiting around. This is basically a small auto-scroller.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I guess this is a good time, I would say, for chat, if you all have questions that you feel like haven't been answered related to the run, like, feel free to ask, because we can, like, toss some of those in, especially before we, like, take a quick little break, you know, after this run is over. It's a great time for that. I know there's been a lot going on. A lot of it happens really fast. And this show helps try to break these things down. But, you know, even then, sometimes you can watch it and be like, I still don't know how. Like, I get it, but also, like, what? It happened.
Okay.
We're just kind of waiting.
So this is the final fight of the game. Notice I positioned myself at the top of the mountain here, and I'm looking at the mountain. So what this is doing is it's manipulating where Alduin spawns. He can either spawn to the left or the right, and we want him to spawn to the left. So we look to the mountain so that it makes him spawn to the left, and we're going to shout Dragon Rend at him. So, yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay, so this just forces the spawn. Got it.
So we can see from the icon up top, once it moves to the left, we can shout. And I missed my shout, but that's why we have quick saves.
Right, exactly.
I turned away too early. Or, wait. Am I making him spawn at the right spot? Wait. Oh, it's because I was not waiting long enough.
Okay. I got you.
Whoa, what? Wait.
What just happened?
Wait, this is not supposed to happen? I haven't seen
Did that ever happen before?
No. Okay. I think I know why. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just me being bad. There we go. It's because I made the quick save way earlier than I thought I did. Okay.
There we go.
And now this is just fighting him, just power attacks. And because we have 3 people with us, this fight is so much easier. Don't have to worry about anything. Oh, he's flying again because I didn't shout soon enough.
Oh, I see. That's a bummer. You do that at like staged intervals as well, like timed intervals.
Yeah. And that is time for the speed run.
Nice. Okay, so then the question that we did get in chat that I'd love to hear you try to answer. They say, I don't understand the actual story of the game. So my question, I'm gonna phrase it into a better, like into a version for you, is that if somebody asked you to try to explain this game in one sentence, the story.
The story?
How would you summarize it? One sentence.
In the story in one sentence?
Yeah.
We kill dragons. Yay. I mean, that's it, yeah.
We kill dragon. Perfect. There you go. There's your story.
Yeah, I saw a question on experiencing all the glitches in Skyrim have made me adept at finding game progressing glitches in modern games.
Yes.
I wouldn't say modern games. I mean, because I haven't ran that many modern games. That's what I would say. Yeah. Like, I have discovered multiple glitches for other games. I've discovered glitches in Oblivion, Skyrim. I did a lot of strat dev in Halos as well. So like Halo CE.
Okay.
Also did some in Infinite, but in Halo Infinite, a lot of stuff was done by other people other than me.
Gotcha. I mean, like, still, okay, cool.
Yeah, if there's any other questions, I'm down to answer any.
For sure. Would you say this is, like, this is your number one game that you speedrun at the moment?
At the moment, I think right now I'll probably be getting back into it. I haven't done it in quite a while, but especially soon because I am graduating very soon from college, which is very nice. I should have more time to do speedruns again. I've been very busy with classes and stuff, so...
Well, early congrats on your graduation. That's awesome.
So I'll be doing, as I said, all achievements or routing it and stuff for the next while.
That's awesome.
So hopefully that will go well.
Super fun.
And yeah.
We're going to be, we're going to be talking more about like where you can watch Kronos and all of that information at the end of the show too. So make sure you stick around if you want to catch that, or you can see his Twitch name kind of cycling under like, where his name is.
Twitch.tv/Kronos Returns.
Kronos Returns. Yes. We do have one more question. What is your favorite or weirdest bug? And maybe you should actually wait on that until we get back from the break so you can show it off.
We'll show off a bunch of glitches during the glitch showcase. So that will be right after this break, I believe we have.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So next up, the show is not ending. Don't worry. We have another part of the show because not only was this run full of glitches to explain, but we also have like there's so much more in Skyrim to talk about and like to show off. So definitely wanted to give time and space to show that all that stuff off. So so Kronos can explain that to you and you know, pick some of his favorites or like what would be the most fun. Because I love that. I love having a glitch showcase or even just doing the show in a showcase style to begin with. But so yeah, that's what's going on. So we're gonna get up, take a break. Wellness, so good for you. Make sure you're hydrating. Getting up, walking around for a little bit, maybe grab a snack, come back, see all the rest of these amazing glitches. And Kronos doing amazing. It's been so fun so far. So before you get up, I just want to say that SGDQ 2022 on site volunteer applications are open from now until April 20th. So you still have like 2 more days, like exactly, because it's 11:59 p.m. Eastern. So you have like exactly 2 more days right now. If you would like to try to volunteer for on site, registration did go up this evening. And, you know, we have all these shows happening every day. I'll talk about this at the end, but our shows on here on Hotfix are live, twitch.tv/GamesDoneQuick. This is for those watching on YouTube later. But yeah, we have shows happening basically every day now, starting weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern and weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. So all kinds of great stuff. You can always check them out. If you are bored or waiting, like, you know, for the few minutes while we're getting up and taking a break, you can always go like check out some of our highlights on the highlights channel on YouTube or like see what other shows there are that you should definitely check out during the week. So feel free to do that and we will be back in just a few minutes. That's never happened before. Don't worry, there is more to see. If you have missed the first half of the show, definitely go back and check it out a little later on YouTube. We have been joined by the awesome Kronos Returns, and Kronos has been showing us the glitches in Skyrim. So we've just gone through essentially the any percent run, breaking down the glitches on the way with a few extra things here and there. But there's so much more content in this game and like more glitches to show off that Kronos wanted to do a showcase as well to like show off some of the other cool stuff. So feel free to do a countdown so we can just keep track of how it's going, and I'll let you take it from here.
Okay, so I guess 3, 2, 1, start. Okay, so the first glitch we do here, well, it's not really a glitch. This is probably the hardest parkour section of the game that is used in a speedrun. I believe this is for the College of Winterhold, I want to say. So generally we have to go through this entire interior dungeon for Markarth here, for Mistvale Keep. There's like an entire dungeon sequence where you have to like go to Kalsama's tower and stuff. So this parkour section requires a lot of very precise movement. So we're just jumping on these rocks and trying to like pixel jump basically off of something here that gives us height. Then when we get enough height, we have to jump onto these rocks as well to get more. And it's basically scaling the side of this wall right here. Then there's a couple other jumps, such as this one, where you have to kind of jump around the corner. And then there's this last jump, which involves a 180 jump, and that is kind of tough to land. You have to, like, curve around properly, and that is probably the hardest jump that we do in a run.
Hardest part, yeah. Oh. It was like so up my alley though. Trying to do the parkour up the parkour up here, yeah.
I'm barely not making it each time right here. Well, I used to be so good at this. Can get it. Jump. Okay, I think we got it. So now we come here and we're all the way up to the top. So normally you come from Kalsama's laboratory here, but that skips it and we can just go into the tower and stuff. And that skips like a long section of the dungeon that takes quite a while to get to. It's basically like your exit point of the level. But yeah, that's something that I just wanted to show because someone mentioned parkour. So Skyrim does have some parkour stuff.
Right. If you went down the waterfall next to you, by the way, would you take damage on the landing, or would you be
There's
okay?
actually water beneath, so you just land in it. There's also
Oh, so you'd be fine.
skeletons and stuff. Interesting.
Oh, I got money.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Let's go through some of these saves. Okay. Let's do this one first. So, Skyrim has some very funky mechanics with going through doors and riding horses and stuff. So, if I enter Riften and then get onto my horse at the same time, because this door has an animation of it opening, causes some very interesting things to happen. So now the game has loaded. You can see my body right there. I'm halfway phased through the floor. But actually,
Oh my God.
if I back up, you can see I am kind of riding an invisible horse.
What?
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, you can see I still have all the horse mechanics because you can see I move forwards at about horse speed, and moving backwards is pretty slow.
So just a wide-legged stance like that.
Yeah.
So
And you can use this to get out of bounds. So right now I loaded in the game, like the game's supposed to be making me in Riften, but I am not in Riften. I am out in the overworld, and everything is deloaded. So
Yes.
you can basically see the entire map. And some objects have collision and stuff. Some things like water still works. Like the bare minimum of things you would expect to work. But if you go out of bounds, you can see everything is like polygons. Because nothing is loaded in. Because the scenery is definitely not something that it expects you to be in. So you can see how low res all these textures are.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. So,
So
yeah,
interesting.
there's a lot of glitches like this involving weird camera shenanigans and stuff. Let's see.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I guess we can go
That's
to
so
another
goofy.
save. This one is very fun. So, if you want to do get into the ghost tilting state very easily. So, if you remember before, we had to do a bunch of complicated saves and
He knows
stuff,
that.
and you have to do a horse tilt. But you can actually do it on your own
You think I need
really
to send
easily.
Bolgroff a stronger message?
So if we jump and sit at the table at the same time, you will notice that something weird will happen. So I am now going to be sitting at the table, but my hands are raised.
Soon.
And we're going to just
Okay.
steal, you know, a plate, some potatoes and stuff.
By order of the yarn, stop right there.
And you know what?
Whoever
Yeah,
replaces
I'd rather die. And we get hit. And now we can just phase through walls and stuff.
things can't look like
What? How does that work?
we can take the city
So
without bloodshed
the
over
game, I don't know why it works. I believe it's because you're still stuck in the sitting at the table animation. But because you got hit, you're also in combat, and the two don't really mix together. So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, we are now out of bounds, and we can just kind of walk through walls and stuff, and still
If you
see.
sit normally and take that stuff, is it okay? Is it because
It's
you were?
because I got hit. So, they got angry at me because I stole the objects on the table.
Tell me, Dharma, why
Oh, I
do you
meant more like, will they not get angry if you properly sit and not do the jump or something, or do they always?
If you don't do the jump, then you won't get into this ghost tilt like state. It's because when you sit on the bench and your hands are raised, like you're technically in combat sort of thing. It's very weird.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are they looking
yeah,
for
they're
you?
trying to find me, and you can see if I come through here, they see me again. But yeah. As I said before, you can eat Netch jelly to get out of it. I believe I want.
There's a chest below the floor.
Oh. So this is the other way you can get out of the state, is if you get hit by a shout or something. And now I am back in bounds because I got hit with something that knocked me over. Yeah.
Oh, right. Like having the paralyzing
Yeah.
potion. Gotcha.
Yeah, so as long as there's
Well.
a way you can get out of there, that is very cool. Very fun.
You know what
glitch.
Do you know what that chest was below the map? It was like directly under the table, under the floor.
I could go check it out again. Let me see
I
if
wonder
I
if
can
that's
glitch
something that like
into
you
it.
get a reward like that later.
Because there's always chests and stuff that are stored underground. I believe every single chest in the game, or every character's inventory, is stored into a chest. And that chest is put underground, and it's basically marked for,
taking
It's gotta be
yeah,
that.
for what they can use.
Yeah, turn around and look.
Where was the chest?
If you
I
look
got
like
hit by the shout. Oh no.
Oh no! Yeah, it's like directly under that the dining table in the middle. I saw it at one point. It's not that important. I just thought it was really interesting to like see. I love when you go out of bounds and you see like loading items, like those storage
You can
items
just
there.
do, what was it? TFC? Oh, this chest?
Oh yeah, see? Right there.
Okay. I don't know if I can get to that. What was the clip? Or
We can totally move on. It was just,
No, I'm
I
kind
just
of
saw it and I found it
interested.
interesting. Yeah.
what is the note? Oh yeah, TCL. That was the command. TCL. So now I should be able to go
He
through the
knows
floor.
that. They all
So
know
this
that.
is inventory. looks like it is someone's
knows that.
inventory.
We all know that.
And if you find whoever has it, I
message.
believe it's one of these people
not much of a
that
strategist.
sells you an item. But yeah, that is one of the chests that
Taking
is someone's inventory. And you can definitely steal
sense.
chests like that. So, speaking of which, most people probably know this, but it is a very fun thing. There's some chests that are kind of peeking out from the floor, although you can't see it. One of them
Okay.
is in Dawnstar. If you really want to cheat for free stuff, you can do this.
Can't sleep
So-
well,
So we're gonna try to do that real quick.
I believe it's somewhere in these rocks here. So if you crouch and you look right here, you can see you can search this chest. And this chest
gosh.
has a lot of stuff. So if you want to get a lot of stuff, you know,
Is any of it useful for anything, like for a run or anything like that?
it's not useful for a run, but it is something that's funny. That if you really want to cheat in your playthrough with the game, like you need gold or something,
Yeah,
you could just grab it from this chest. It's right outside the mine. Just look at this corner. It's literally
And they
right
won't
there.
notice. It's not
It's
something
not
that
something
you
you can
get
steal
caught
either.
for.
You can see all these items are just free. You can just take them. Yeah.
So
So
funny.
you can take it
Okay,
all,
Gotcha.
and you can see that's 1,000 gold. Speaking of which, now that we're over encumbered, I guess I can just go straight into this glitch.
Okay,
I
I'm
already
ready.
had the save prepared for this, but since we already have everything set up for it, it's cool. So, I am over encumbered. It's so hard to move. You are very slow. Sure, you can move faster by doing like power attacks, yeah? Power attacks make you go faster. If you want to do this glitchless and be over encumbered, just do power attacks while moving forward and then just wait an hour. And that definitely speeds up. But there's an even faster way to do it. So while you're in third person, similar to horse tilting, if you have whirlwind sprints, equip whirlwind sprints and then quick save. And then same as horse tilting, you want to do whirlwind sprint and then you quick load. And that makes you move
Whoa.
pretty fast.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, so it's not for that long,
Yeah.
but still.
That's why I have another save, if I can find it. I think it's this one. Yeah. So that was only level 1 shout. If you have
Oh no. Okay.
level 3 shout and you do it,
What's that?
you go pretty fast. This is like horse tilt speeds at minor levels,
Yes.
but it definitely is one of the faster ways to travel in the game. And good news is, like, it's very easy to control. So if you want to feel like you're horse tilting, but not actually go through the hard horse tilting shenanigans, just get whirlwind sprints and go into third person while being over encumbered. And then you can just boost around very quickly.
That's so funny. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Look at you go.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of fun. I believe for
I would
yeah,
have a lot. I would have so much fun with
Yeah.
that.
it's probably the way easier, and it's a good way to just get used to horse tilting at lower speeds.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, for anybody who's like, oh, I've been wanting to learn Skyrim speedruns forever, like, there you go. This is like a good practice method, like a lower.
Yeah, of course, horse tilting is
Yeah.
definitely the better way if you want to get into speedrunning. But if you're playing casually and want to just mess around, this is a very easy way to just have high speed. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's do this one. So, everyone loves this person right here, Nazim. Yeah. It's definitely
I
not
actually
a
advise
very
the
annoying
Jarl on
person that
political matters.
is very
My input is
mean
invaluable,
to you.
of course, but this is all
Oh.
probably
So-
a bit over your head.
This is punching speed. This is how fast we normally punch, and you can see how much damage we do. It's a decent amount,
I cannot best you.
but I
Yeah.
feel like we can do it a bit faster. So,
Oh, okay.
instead of doing that, if we're in third person, we're going to be strafing left and right while we're punching.
Oh no.
And what this does is it multiplies your punches. And for some reason, it only works with punches, I think. I think it works with daggers, maybe? I think you have to be able to attack very quickly. So if you strafe left and right while punching, you'll land multiple hits at
What do you
once.
think you're doing?
And he's already dead.
Oh my
That is
gosh.
very, very fast. Very,
That's so
very fast.
fast.
If you want to cheese brawl fights in this game where you're like challenged to a brawl, you can definitely do that. It is very, very fast.
We are routed.
Of course, it's hard
That's
to
awesome.
control, but,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is very cool. Like you can see, it doesn't work in first person when I do it. It's only one punch. It's because you're in third person and the animation actually messes around with it. It hits multiple times. Very, very cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I don't know if it works with other weapons and stuff, as I said before. But yeah, very cool.
So goofy.
Okay, let's see. Let's do this one.
I'm just like this part. I'm just along for the ride right now. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay.
All right, what are we looking at?
So, this is something called scroll
Had
duty.
enough of fish and
So,
Okay.
Treat yourself and your
in the
kin to a
game,
choice cut of steak
how
or a
we
tender rack of
did
ribs.
some of the glitches, I believe, before. Yeah, so vendor glitch was one of the glitches that we did before, where we sold items to a vendor. I can just re-demonstrate it right here.
Trinkets, odds and ends,
So we
that
just
sort of
sell an item, and we just sell their own inventory to them by pressing E and dragging over. But if you do
Right.
that with an item inside a chest, it does some very interesting things.
Ooh, okay.
So let's do it with a weapon. Let's say a steel mace. So now I clicked on the mace, so I have maces equipped in my hands, but they're still stuck inside the chest,
I've got a recipe for
which
venison
in this
stew
case
that
is
I
a
want to
barrel.
try out. Will
I
you have
believe,
venison
but
anytime
I
soon?
didn't do it properly. It's because I
Oh, well, there they are.
didn't store them. But now you can see
sure to bring
I
some
have
back
the
for you next
maces
time I go
equipped,
hunting.
but they're invisible.
Make it quick, and there might be a bowl of hot stew in it.
They're kind of not in my hand.
This is how you stand.
Yeah. And you can see I'm attacking with my maces. I don't think it does any
I
damage
spend a
though.
lot of time
Like
at the
it
market
doesn't
stall
do
so I can
mace
learn the merchant's
damage.
trade.
It only does punching damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird. Okay.
So let's try it with a bow instead. So I have a bow, and I'm just going to store it as well. And now I have an invisible bow equipped. So when I shoot an arrow, I'm kind of stuck in this stance forever.
Chops and steaks fit for
Yeah.
a
You're
jarl.
stuck
Yeah,
here?
so I can't shoot an arrow. You can see my hands just pointing out as if I'm aiming a bow and arrow, but I actually can't do anything.
They're reforming the dog
Like,
law.
Can't like
yeah, I
release.
can't release it. I can't like do anything.
Joining up myself.
Like you're stuck moving slow because of it
Do you hunt?
until you talk
Plains
to
outside
someone
Whiterun
because
are
it
ripe with game.
moves away your thing. You can
So weird. So it'll let you draw the bow, but it won't let you shoot. That's
Yeah.
super strange.
It doesn't even work if you have things in the barrel or if you have like arrows equipped. Like I have arrows equipped right now. You can see I loaded the steel arrow, but nothing's coming out.
Finest cuts, fresh from the wilds.
So you might think this is kind of useless. However, there is one particular thing which works with it, which is a scroll. So generally scrolls are one-time use, so you can only use it one time. But because you can do this and store it inside of the barrel, it has infinite uses. So I now have an infinite use scroll of Fireball in my hand, and that is very powerful, as you can see. Just kill everything.
Can you ever hurt yourself with that? You
Nope.
can't hurt yourself,
It is
okay,
very
so is
powerful.
this used for speedruns?
So this is very good for speedruns. However, the main quest doesn't like require you to kill stuff really. Only 2 dragons. So this is used a lot in other speedruns such as Thieves Guild or College of Winterhold, where you have to kill a lot more stuff. And generally we would get a scroll of Chain Lightning or something, but Scroll of Fireball is also really good. But yeah, as you can see, it is extremely powerful. You just one-shot every single thing. And yeah, it works. This glitch works with any item or bucket in the game, or barrel, I should say, in the game. So as long as you store it inside something, like anything, and then you do vendor glitch on it, and then you just click on the scroll, then it activates it.
And there you go. That's awesome. That one's really, really cool. I would do that in a playthrough.
And if you do pick it up, you can see I picked it up. So now I used it up on my right hand. Somehow my left hand still has it. I believe it's because it's still technically equipped there. But yeah, very weird stuff.
Okay. Huh.
Let's see. Okay. That's a fun glitch. Okay. This one is probably one of the classics. I think if you've seen some Skyrim glitch exhibition before, I think Dr. T Chops showed this off before, like way back then. But I just want to show it again because it's very, very fun.
Yeah, it's been a while, please.
So
Give us some
this
love.
is what happens if you leave Helgen at the very start without doing the load warp and getting your hands unbound. So right now I already did enable player controls, so I can be able to go to third person, and you can see my hands are not really bound or anything.
And there you go.
But so you might think, oh, I can just keep going, yeah? And go just explore and everything. Oh.
What?
So now you're kind of just stuck here. The game is soft locked, but if you do enable player controls again, everything should turn back to normal, right?
Uh-oh.
No?
Sure.
You just move around. Like
Oh my god,
this.
it's awful. Oh, it's awful. It's awful.
And yeah, you can see your player model is completely bugged. You cannot jump, you cannot like do stuff.
Oh god,
You can
I
see
hate it.
how weird your character looks. Like their neck is extended and everything.
I hate it.
And yeah, you can't even swim in this.
It's like a very badly made mannequin that like doesn't have the arms on it.
This is one of my favorite glitches. It's so much fun because it's so weird to look at. But yeah, if you go into the water, you actually start drowning because you're stuck in this like state because you can't actually swim. So it's very interesting.
You'll actually
Yeah,
drown?
you can see me start to take health damage, I believe, at a certain point. Yeah, you can see I am drowning.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Oh no.
Yeah.
This is so awful.
Yeah. Fun fact, you can actually do a decent amount of the game like this. As long as it doesn't involve combat, you can just keep going. I believe you can even get married in this state.
In this, oh, I like that somebody's taking it that far.
Yeah,
To
I think I tested it, and you can go all the way to marriage and get married as this abomination.
Oh my god.
The thing is, if you get too close to like another landmark, you're going to need to do enable player controls over and over again, and that just keeps happening. And as you can see, I cannot jump and stuff, and there you go, I got stuck again because I got too close to another discovery point. Yeah.
Okay, so you just either have to keep doing that, or you have to like go back and do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's very weird like that. But as you can see,
it's so strange.
Yeah, you can still do vendor glitch and everything. You can still get gold. You can just do literally whatever. It is a lot of fun to mess around with.
I hate it.
Okay, let's see what else. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
This was the fun glitch that I was trying out earlier. Hopefully I can get this first try. Okay. This might take a couple tries, so.
Okay. So what is this going to do? What are we expecting to see?
Okay. So I'm going to try to get onto the horse after a certain point from jumping after falling at the store. Oh, there we go. So I tried to attempt to board the horse. So now, as you can see, I'm right there, yeah? But I'm not actually myself. I am the horse.
You're the horse!
Yeah. Chops also showed this off. It was a lot of fun. And you can see my body. It is facing through the ground. Yeah. You can see it flying off in the distance.
Oh my gosh, why does it move like that?
I don't know. But you can see it's trying to go to where my horse is facing. So it's as if I'm riding on the horse, but I'm actually not. And at this state, the horse is invincible. So I can just drop off mountains and stuff. You know, it's all fine. Everything is fine. I am just a horse
beautiful
here.
horse.
And
perfect, most impressive horse. Oh, those goats were frozen. I did not want to move.
Something should happen though very soon. We'll see if it does. I believe there's a couple things that can happen.
Are we out of bounds right now?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. So if you go far enough away, you just teleport back into yourself. And now
I'm
about to die. Yeah. You just teleport back to where you just were. And yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't have niche jelly. I have niche jelly. Ooh, I do have niche jelly.
Did you try to see what you could do as a horse? Have you experimented with that?
You really can't do much. You're just a horse.
Okay.
Like you.
It's a bummer.
I
mean, you're just a horse.
Like you can just move around like as if you were riding a horse. That's basically all the control you have. If you try to dismount the horse, nothing really happens either. So yeah.
Beautiful creatures.
But here's another thing about Netch Jelly. So right now I'm about to die from fall damage, yeah? But if you eat Netch Jelly, you become paralyzed. So you should just be fine when you eat it and you just live. Yeah.
Oh my god, so that is the thing you eat right at the bottom and it negates your fall damage. There it is.
So if you want to negate fall damage, just have Netch Jelly and eat it.
That's awesome.
Very useful item if you suffer from that. Oh, hello, wolf. Okay. Guess I wasn't planning on showing it off, but this was...
But?
like, I believe it was asked before, like, you asked about dropping items beneath you and stuff. I guess this isn't the safe to do it for. Here, we'll do it, let me load another save.
Which one was your favorite glitch again? Did we already see that? I feel like we did.
Yeah, I talked about the the weird bug thing from the start of the game.
The arm
Yeah,
one.
that one's
Arm neck one.
definitely a lot of
Okay,
fun.
that's what I thought you said. Okay.
Which save was it? Yes. Here, we'll just do this save. So we're going to go to Bleak Falls Barrows. Fortunately, I don't have a save there, or spot there. I guess I can just do a horse tilt. Yeah. Like, when in doubt, like, trying to get around to places, you can always just horse tilt to get there faster. That, or, the whirlwind sprint glitch that I was showcasing earlier is always fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm just going to make my way to the marker somewhat. Okay.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. I think I'm in the right spot. Yeah. So we're going to go to the back entrance. So this is one of the speed runs. If you're doing all main quests, which requires you to do all of the main storyline instead of skipping like half of it, we do this parkour against the wall. I don't think I'm actually at the right spot, am I? Oh, it's supposed to be one more to the right. It's fine. I can just walk around. But yeah. So this part in particular is a lot of tricky parkouring. But there is a backdoor clip that I do want to kind of showcase.
Yeah. Sounds great.
And it does involve dropping items beneath you. So that is pretty cool. I don't remember exactly this parkour. We'll see if I can just improvise here. But yeah, there's a lot of routing in this game. If you want to do a speed run or try to develop for a speed run for some fun glitches and stuff, Skyrim is really good with that. It's a lot of very fun like routing and stuff, since there's so much you can do, especially with horse tilting, just freeing up all your options for routing.
Right. Yeah, this is like one of the reasons why I knew that I had, I mean, this has been on my list to have on the show for a while, so glad today's finally the day.
Okay, I need to make my way up this slope here. My parkour is pretty bad right now, but it's fine. No, it's not fine. Okay. I think it's this rock, actually. Here we go. Yeah, so now we're up here. This is the back entrance where you exit Bleak Falls Sanctum. Bleak Falls Barrows. And generally, like, you can't get up here, yeah? This is just too high to climb. So we have a bucket.
Okay.
And we're going to clip through this. This is probably the hardest clip in the game, or one of the harder clips. So this might take a couple tries. You can see I almost went through, but because of just the weird geometry of this part, it is very tough.
It's so close. It looks like it's working.
Also, if there are any questions in the chat and stuff, I'm definitely down to answer them.
Yeah, I mean, this is more of a kind of just showing off what feels best. So if you all have questions as we go along, feel free to ask. I'm checking chat, you know, you guys what you all are.
Yeah, so
what you all are saying.
So now I'm out of bounds here.
Oh, here we go.
And I want to get all the way inside there. Like, you can see kind of like stuff appearing in the background. And that's kind of where we want to go. So we're going to jump from here out to the other side. And that's going to require dropping items beneath us. So
because there's no floor.
As you can see, the floor is right here where I want to land. So by dropping items beneath me, I can just kind of jump on top of them. And that makes it so that we can land inbounds up top here.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and as you can see, if we don't drop items beneath us, we're going to fall back inbounds. And this part of the level is at basically the start of the dungeon here, which is what we don't want to happen. So,
yeah,
as you can see, that's like the temple, and then we have to just run through all of the, like, Bleak Balls Barrows here, like all these enemies that appear, which is why it's important to do item drops in that section.
Gotcha. There is a question if you have a sec. Are there any glitches tied to higher frame rates? I want to know if there's any type of frame rate adjustment.
Yes, so actually right now I am running Rivatuner, which limits my frame rate to 60 frames per second. If you don't run at 60 frames per second, bad things will happen to your game. So,
okay.
Like, I could kind of get into the specifics right now, but it is very complicated to explain. Basically, at high frame rates, the physics engine gets really, really buggy. And what happens is things like clipping into objects becomes weird. Like moving around things, like if you're on a horse, it'll jitter up and down weirdly. And I think I just tested it like a couple hours ago without Rivatuner. I wonder if... No, I don't think it can work now since I have Rivatuner on. I don't think I can disable it and it'll work magically.
That's okay.
But there was a glitch that I encountered where it would teleport my horse like 50 feet in the air while I'm riding on it. And then I'm just stuck midair. It was very weird. Basically, yes, there are glitches tied to frame rate, and which is why we ban going above 60 frames per second. And we generally want to have 60 frames per second for all runs. There's also the Control F12 hotkey, which makes your game run by frame rate, which is very bad. It will like cause very bad things to happen.
Oh no, okay.
And it's also one of the reasons why the horse carriage at the start, if you click new game and your cart is like all messed up and you're soft locked at the start of the game, it's because you are not running at 60 frames per second. So if you want to fix that, get Rivatuner, or just install like a Skyrim mod to skip that intro sequence. So yeah.
Interesting. Good to know.
It's something definitely to keep in mind. Let's see. What other things? Oh yeah. Let me actually load in different saves. I need to just import them for a second. So give me a second here. I'm gonna go back to main menu. Okay. So I have a bunch of saves from when I was doing routing of another thing. So
until next time.
This was another glitch that I discovered. I actually discovered two glitches, I guess, with the same glitch. But the first one is used in the companion speedrun. So this is like halfway or at the start of the companion speedrun. It's called a double quest completion glitch. So if you like, this is right after completing a quest for Farkas right here. And generally you just go through the thing and it's like, oh, that was not supposed to happen. Okay. I got the achievement somehow, or a achievement that I wasn't supposed to get. Whatever. Okay, so generally you're supposed to talk to Farkas to complete a quest, and then it's like, oh, you have to do another quest, and that takes a while. Like, you have to do an entire second quest. That takes like 5 to 10 minutes to do. So when I discovered this, it cut the speedrun in half because it skipped having to do 2 quests in the game.
Oh, that's cool.
So instead of just manually pressing to accept the quest, You
Some
say
people
you
don't
take
think I'm
care of the
smart.
problem,
Those people
you
get my
leave the
fist,
menu, you
but
quick save and
I
quick load,
like.
and then you mash E as soon as possible. And if you do it
Okay.
correctly,
Until next
then
time. My brother, I expected no less of you.
then
once
you're
again,
able
Oh my gosh.
to
not
do it
disappointed.
twice in a row. Unfortunately, I failed it
was
right
looking
there.
for
It
you.
is very precise
Until
timing.
next time.
So, well, also I need to reload that save to do it.
Reload that, yeah. Okay.
Where is it? I mean, I have all of them.
Mm-hmm. Some people don't. I expected no.
Yeah, so right there I completed it once,
Your payment
and
is
then I
secure.
completed it again. Like, I gained 200 gold from that, so that completed the quest twice. And then it
That's
basically
awesome.
just skips the rest of the quest line, like
tomorrow and we can go over.
skipping like a lot of it. You skip becoming the werewolf and everything, which is like a big part of the companions guild, which is really
Yeah.
cool. It went from a 20-minute speedrun to now it's like 8 minutes, I want to say. I think it's
Oh my
even
God, okay.
faster.
I was going to ask. That's awesome.
But yeah, like, if you do want to do speedruns of this game, there's a lot of different categories. There's the marriage percent category, there's
Right.
like all the
Which is what you
guilds,
do.
there's individual guilds and everything. And they're all different lengths. So if you want to do like a 20-minute run, like that's any percent, I believe it's like about 30 minutes or something. Then there's marriage, which is like 5 minutes. And then there's like all the guilds are pretty even. Like companions is the fastest at 8 minutes. And then you have all the other guilds at around 20 to 30 minutes, which is very cool. You can even do DLC and other quests like that. So yeah, there's quite a lot of
Gotcha.
options you can do.
Yeah.
Let's see. I actually think I exhausted my list of glitches right now.
You think we're at the end?
There might be one more thing I kind of want to try. I didn't get this to work, but we'll see maybe if it works now.
Okay. Giving something one more shot.
Yeah. What is it? I think I deleted the save, but I can make it again. Well,
It is
we'll go
all
with
good.
this.
I'm just leaving the floor open to you.
Does the same trick work for other quests, is what someone asks. I don't think so. I think Companions Guild was the only one that I found it for. I wouldn't be surprised if other quests worked. I want to try it with the Thieves Guild maybe more. With all the other like random quests that it gives you. Because that might be something cool to duplicate. That would probably skip a lot of the run as well for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I bet it would be. And, you know, it's, again, like us, you know, like we've both said at some point during tonight, like, things can still be found all the time. So you never know when, like, you're going to find a way to, like, get that to actually really work.
Yeah, like, Ghost Tilting was discovered, like, 2017, which is very late considering, like...
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Especially for something so big. That's like a very big find.
And even right now, oh yeah, I forgot to say, so I forgot to talk about the other thing. I'll just make a save here. So in the other, what's it again? Oh, yeah. So in this double quest completion glitch, so I actually discovered that right now when I'm talking to Vargas right here, it's giving me this third-person perspective. And what happens here is actually it completed an achievement called Vampire Mastered, which completely has makes no sense. And that is like one of the toughest achievements to go and get, I believe. You have to become a vampire You have to get 13 perks and everything. But somehow I've discovered it right here. And it is consistent for some reason. And I have no clue. Like, if anyone wants to do some research on it, I am happy for people to look into it. But I discovered it just a couple days ago. And if someone were to recreate it, that would be amazing. Because this save file in particular has this happen with 100% consistency. But I don't know why that's happening, and I can't get it to work with other save files. So...
Weird.
Yeah, I am very, weirded out from it. But, yeah, it is very new.
Hey, it'd be really cool. I mean, here you go. There you go, chat. That is a challenge for you all. So try to help look into that for anybody who's interested.
Okay. So I'm going to cut some wood here.
A little casual chop, okay.
Yeah, well, the wood mill has some very interesting shenanigans. Oh, I guess I could show off a couple other glitches. There's actually some other glitches, but it will probably cause the game to crash. But since we're nearing the end, it's fine if it crashes anyways. So.
Oh yeah, if we end on a crash.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, I'll try this once or twice. We'll see.
Okay.
I don't know how I'm supposed to set this up. But, okay, so the logs are there, I think. Maybe I need to cut more logs. But once they despawn, something weird should happen. I don't know if they do. Oh, so they do despawn. It's not what I wanted to happen, though.
Okay. I mean, there was some stuff happening.
Yeah. I think I might need to get off my horse or something at precise time here. Let's see.
Oh. It is kind of pushing you around.
Yeah. I think I have to just dismount it. Or not. I don't know.
So what are we supposed to be saying?
So if you do it correctly, you're supposed to be launching with your horse. Chops showed off this glitch at GDQ before. I don't know how he did it. I don't remember.
Okay.
If you do want to check it out in action, definitely check out that run. I think it was 2016, I want to say, 2015.
Okay.
It's a very, very long time ago, so.
I know, from here, I know, seriously.
But, yeah, basically it launches you and the horse out in the air very high up. You can get some really good launches. Yeah, I need to look up how to do that, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. I guess we'll go into the last glitches, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
So, I'll just talk about why horse tilting is not always that... it's going to be very... what happens if you fail a horse tilt? Yeah? So, I have a quick save right here just in case. Most likely, the game is going to crash a lot. So, I'm going to just... do this. So let me know if you can't see anything because I might need to reboot the game.
Oh sure.
Oh, I turned off Rivet Tuner as well. This is what happens when you turn off Rivet Tuner. By the way, you can see I'm not doing anything and the horse is just jumping all around because the physics is messed up when that happens. So that's why we run using Rivet Tuner and why that's
super weird.
I should put back Rivet Tuner to be on. Okay. Rivet Tuner should be on again. So it should be good. Okay. So let's do a horse tilt. And let's say we don't load. Oh, the game crashed. That's one.
Oh,
that's
there
one
goes-
thing that
yep,
can happen. There's a couple things that can happen if you do a horse tilt like that. So I have to reopen the game. Okay. Give me a second. It's trying to synchronize with the Steam cloud. Okay, we'll just play anyway.
All good.
Okay.
All good. I love it. I feel like it's appropriate to have seen a crash today.
Yeah,
because,
we didn't crash at all until now when we were doing something that is very, very likely to
I
crash.
know. You know what? That's impressive in its own right.
So, something that I do want to say though is if you do play a lot more Skyrim for the speedrun, you do understand how a lot of crashes can occur. So, I've done so much working around not crashing the game as well.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah, it's like if you quick save and quick load at certain locations, you will crash the game with 100%
weird.
consistency. So that's why we don't do it. So
Because it's just not safe in those areas.
let's see if I can get
You gotta
this.
You gotta
yes.
know
No. Oh,
exactly
sorry.
where.
Yeah. So this might take quite a few tries. I don't know if it will work. Like a lot of the finicky glitches, like the one I'm trying to do, is PC dependent. So depending on how good or bad your PC is, it might cause things to happen.
Gotcha.
To open Rivetuner every time as well. Okay. I really want to show this off because if someone could get this consistent, it might save time, but it is very, very not going to save time because it's going to crash the game.
No, it's okay. Okay, you gotta, I mean, just, you know, feel free to like take a few more shots, and if it works, awesome, and if not, like, you know, just make sure we understand the concept, and
Okay.
we get to see all the game crashes.
I don't think it worked here. We'll try it again. I'll keep trying it for a bit. But if you do this and your game doesn't crash, there are a couple things that can happen. One of them that I discovered was that like everything moves twice as fast. Game crashed again. It almost worked the other time because the game did not crash.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
But yeah, if you do it like twice in a row, it's much less likely to work. Like, or the second time will almost always cause a crash.
Well, almost always, yeah. I got you. Huh. Okay, you gonna do one more time then?
Yeah.
Try one more.
Try it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I guess it won't work. But there was a glitch. I believe... How long ago was it? So I did it at another marathon event. Midwest Speed Fest, I believe, back really early on to my speedrunning career. So if you do a horse tilt and you fail it, basically it makes it so that when you come warp back into the game, everything moves at double speed. So you punch twice as fast, all the enemies move as twice as fast, and everything. So it is very, very, very weird. And the game crashes pretty quickly after that. But if someone were to find a way for that to get worky and not to crash, then it is very likely to save a lot of time.
Yeah, that would be cool. And it's like it's just harder to visualize at the moment. But, you know, again, there's a lot of concepts out there. It's not the first example I've heard as well of like oh, this is really close to being something that would be really amazing, but it doesn't quite work the way we want it to, even though it's broken in this way. You know, it's...
Yeah.
I Like I'm thinking of some, like, oh, I'm doing like save menu manipulation or like item menuing stuff, like duplication. There's all kinds of stuff that like will get you to something that seems like it should adjust code or like warp you or something, and it just doesn't quite. So you never know.
I might have just remembered something.
Mhm.
That I suppose it's not cooperating. Maybe because I need to get another horse.
It is all good. While you are working on that, why don't we do some social plugs? Because I think people would love to hear, especially after watching an awesome showcase and run breakdown like this. Please let people know where they can find you, like all about your Twitch channel, what you've been working on in the past, what you're going to be working on in the future, and like what other platforms you're on. Like, if like, what's your Twitter handle? Do you post on YouTube, etc., stuff like that?
Yeah. So once again, I'm Kronos. Kronos Returns on Twitch. I have a Twitter for Kronos Returns as well. But yeah, mostly do Halo and Skyrim speedruns. I've done speedruns of a bunch of other games, and I do plan on learning quite a few speedruns. I've done events such as Chronosthon, which is my own thing where I speedrun every game that I've ever done. I think I've had a 5-day event of just speedruns. It was like really cool. I do want to do one of those again sometime soon. We'll see once the summer comes. But yeah, recently I've been doing a lot of Halo speedrunning, and moderator for Halo speedruns and Elder Scrolls. If you're interested in Halo speedruns, you should go to haloruns.com. Shoutouts to haloruns.com, your source for all Halo speedrunning needs. If you're interested in Skyrim or all the other Elder Scrolls games, definitely check that out. I have ran all of the Elder Scrolls games as well. Currently hold the world record for what is it? Elder Scrolls Anthology, which is all the Elder Scrolls games, as well as all the Halo games on MCC. So,
oh my gosh!
Yeah, so easy Master Chief Collection. I've ran all those games in 7 hours, about. Yeah, so I've done quite a lot, and then.
Wow.
Yeah, now I'm going to be working on Skyrim All Achievements pretty soon. So if you are interested in that and seeing the route develop from scratch, I'm doing that. And that's going to be quite a long playthrough. Hopefully,
I'm sure.
Hopefully it'll be shorter than people will expect.
For sure.
And yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hit the finish button for the run. I think we're gonna wrap it up here.
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for telling us where we can find you and what you're working on. Really excited to see what you do with all achievements. Yeah, for those just joining, yes, the screen is gray. The game was crashing. We did, glitches that made the game crash. So that was kind of like it's all right. It just happens kind of thing. So yes, thank you so much, Kronos. You have been an awesome guest. This has been so fun to watch. I'm gonna kind of have my dreams haunted a little bit by like the long-necked, no-armed glitch. But I did love seeing you run around as the horse after. That was like relieving for me.
Yeah, it was brilliant being here. I really enjoy showcasing speedruns. So yeah.
Good. Yes. Okay. Good. Well, I'm so glad. It was awesome and like such a pleasure to have you on. You're so nice. So yeah, thank you for showing us all of your knowledge on the game, taking us through the run, showing us off that showcase as well. It's been awesome, and you're awesome. Everybody here is awesome. Please make sure to go follow Kronos so you can all be awesome together. Check out his All Achievements work. Cheer him on, please. Go follow him on Twitter, all of that. And then again, if you are interested in doing on-site volunteer applications or being an on-site volunteer for this upcoming SGDQ 2022, applications are open from now until April 20th. So you still have like 2 days. So yeah, if you're interested in volunteering, you can go to gamesdonequick.com for more information. Like right on the front page, you can you'll see a little section for it and then fill that out. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always watch us live on twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. Or if you're watching live, you can go to the YouTube. We have shows starting every day. Weeknights at 7 p.m. Eastern, weekends at 1 p.m. Eastern. We have the highlights channel. It's awesome. Tomorrow, we usually have Random Number Generation, which is a fantastic show that, again, also starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. Really amazing content. I absolutely adore the other showrunners in the Hotfix series. Everybody's awesome. All their content's really cool. Great people, and, you know, have on awesome runners like Kronos. So I'm saying awesome a lot of times because that's how I'm feeling about all this right now. But you all are wonderful. Thank you so much for sticking around for That's Never Happened Before. Feel free to check out our past episodes on the YouTube channel. And we'll see you next time for some more glitches. So thank you, Kronos. And yeah. More glitches.
I just did a horse tilt with loading the save, and that actually teleports you to your previous horse tilt location. I completely forgot about this glitch. Yeah. So when you do a horse tilt, you're
wait, we can't see it.
Oh no. Okay. Let me
okay, we have a quick bonus moment of content.
Yeah, let me restart.
Super quick bonus content.
I just remembered a glitch. It's a very fun glitch. I also discovered this glitch way back then, but I completely forgot about it. So,
can we get it on the stream?
Okay. So I did my horse tilt from very far back, and what happens is wherever you do your horse tilt from and you board a horse while jumping on it. Oh, now I'm teleported to 000. So what happened was I jumped while getting onto my horse when I made a save, and then when I loaded into that save, it teleports you to 000. But if you do a horse tilt, so if I do a load of this horse tilt save file, and then
oh my gosh,
and then I load this horse tilt save file into the save that I just made, then it teleports me to where I did the horse tilt. So the other save file is currently at the top of High Hrothgar. But if I do a horse tilt from here, and then just load the save file that was on High Hrothgar, that just teleports me to where I did the horse tilt, which is right here. And that is something that was theorized to completely change the run. However, you cannot do a horse tilt in Sovereign Guard or anything that can be useful. So unfortunately, you can't teleport directly to the end sequence of the game. So this is not useful, but it is such a cool mechanic that I wish I could see more people use.
Yeah, that is really cool looking. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, so we got to see something right at the end here, right as we were wrapping up, without the game crashing. That's awesome.
Yep. Thank you for having me once again. Really enjoyed it. And yeah.
Yes, of course. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. Cool. I love it. I love it. This is the first time we've had a little bit of bonus. Awesome. Well, you are fantastic, Kronos. Thank you, everybody, again, for being here. Feel free to stick around for the raid. We love to go give other people love and support after the show. And, okay. All right. Kungfufruitcup here. Saying that we will see you all next time. Feel free to tune back into the show. We're usually every other Monday, at least every first and third Monday of the month, at 10 p.m. Eastern. Alrighty, we'll see you next time. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.